I don't hear the tone anymore, so.
Welcome, everybody. This is our session 1 of Hunter the Reckoning. We are going to finish up a few character details and then get into our session 1 prelude / imbuing. And for these final details, I am breaking out Dekuma for some character relationship questions.
In case we know each other.
And then perhaps after the imbuing, when you do actually know each other, maybe we can do some group questions, but right now that would be kind of pointless.
And we are not a group yet.
Nope, not a group yet. Okay, so who would like the first question?
I'll take it.
All right.
Just to be sure, this isn't like the deck of many things where your character instantly dies. Drop a new one.
No, but you might get 50,000 experience points.
Hey!
Yeah, I can get the deck name stuff to change.
Unfortunately, we are playing World. Wait, do we use experience points in World of
No.
Warcraft?
Yes, you do,
else.
but it's very few.
Yeah, 50,000 experience points, you might actually be able to max out every dot on your sheet.
You're a god. See,
that's when we
See-
switch to Exalted.
See, I was just wondering if you could do the Earth Dawn joke where you get 50,000 experience, but you can't spend experience or anything because it's legend points in that system. But, can't do that joke anymore here.
All right, first question for Sarah Conway. One of the other PCs convinced you to do something risky and you regret it. What did you do?
Ooh, that's a good one. Dang.
You may
Okay.
discuss this. Who would like to be the offending party and such? Two.
Who would ask you to do something risky?
Let's see. I mean, like, I'm just okay. I mean, like, the way I figure, like, what Sarah Conway has done with her life so far and everything is she's probably, if any of you met her or in the past, it was probably in her function, like she was a research assistant at the library. So there are a few people who could have asked her to try to get information that possibly shouldn't be going. Like, we've got a private investigator, we've got a reporter, and we've got a professor. So do we have any volunteers for who would want me to do something that could have turned out badly there?
Yeah, Kody tends to avoid that kind of place, so he doesn't do that kind of research.
Okay. I mean, oh yeah, you're mostly like you do a lot of like the small time like wife cheating on husband type things or vice versa.
Yeah, every now and then he has a slightly bigger job, but not often.
Okay. I mean, I could work with that. Like, if this was involving one of the professors or something like that, you could have just asked her to like get some pictures or something, and then it's like, and I mean, how would you convince someone to help you out with an investigation like this, or would you do it all yourself?
Well, here's the question. Hold on. I have a now follow up. Is Scaly the unsavory type of private investigator, or is he, or does he have a code of honor?
Define unsavory.
What I'm saying is would you, for example, you have Sarah go up and talk to one of your targets of illicit affairs with women of some sort, and you have her just go up and talk to the person that is the target of your investigation, and you just take some photos at some very interesting angles.
Trying to fabricate evidence.
Oh no, he's definitely not that type.
Okay. So he would never fabricate evidence.
No. Yeah, that is not
Okay.
his.
Okay.
The other thing is you could have used Sarah as like not necessarily bait, but as a distraction, so that you could.
Like
Yeah,
break into the
that's
office,
something
find the
you could do.
lipstick in the cabinet drawers.
Yeah. But only if like
Only if like what? Sorry, I think you might have cut out.
said if your boss was one of the ones I was trying to investigate.
I mean, in theory, she works for any number of professors at the college. There
Right.
are actually,
Right. Not your
actually,
somebody
like
that you're working.
I've been working there for a good long while. There is the previous librarian who died like 4 or 5 years ago. So it could have who was like that was my boss then.
No.
So it could go with that.
No. Sadly, this has only been open for like 3 years.
Okay.
He's only been doing this investigation stuff for like 3
Yeah,
years.
and it wouldn't be if it was involving your old boss. It wouldn't involve me
Right.
because I've only been doing this for like 6 months.
Okay. If you were asking someone to like be a distraction, like would you be honest with them about what you were doing, or would you make something up?
It probably depended on the circumstances. I think that he could have done either one, depending on I would somewhat decent good judge of character, and if he felt just go along with it if they were
Okay.
honest with
It'd
him.
be like if someone seems shady, then he's fine. Then he's fine lying to them. If they seem like they're a pretty honest and straightforward person, then he would feel
Yeah.
bad about it, and so he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, he wouldn't feel it was necessary. He might be honest with you, trying to just convince you to do it out of good of your heart or whatever. But
Okay.
he's not against giving you money either. But
Okay. I mean, how about like we can figure out the exact details else later, but how about is something like you were investigating one of the professors and you like I happened to be like a convenient person who had a reason to talk to them, so you asked me to just like just like draw out the conversation, find some way to keep him from coming back to his office, and
so
then
I could dig around the office. Yeah, okay,
yeah
that makes
yeah
sense.
and
Yeah, okay,
and then something about that backfired and I got blamed for it. And so, like I'm still like maybe a little bit miffed about it.
okay. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
All right, sure.
So
All right,
was it
that works out.
assisted? Tell me again so I can write this down.
Sure. So at some point while I was working at the university, he was investigating one of the professors to see if they were involved in an affair of some kind. And he asked me to act as a distraction so he could break into their office and collect some evidence of some kind or another. And that backfired in some way, and I kind of ended up with the blame for something having gone wrong. I guess maybe I didn't do so well as a distraction. It became kind of obvious or something like that, and then I don't know if he was ever like caught in any of this, but it was obvious like something weird happened, and I was involved.
Perhaps something was missing, and since you kind of obviously were the distraction, you were the likely culprit.
Yeah, or
even
like
though
I
never went in there. It's like, no, I don't, but okay.
Mm-hmm,
Got that one.
It's probably more that you just because they couldn't actually do anything. They had no evidence against you. There was just blame. So they just
yeah,
didn't like
it's
this
just like one of
you.
those workplace grudges from then on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I have an idea. Is the not a ledger or like a itinerary book went missing from somebody's office, and you were the distraction.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, oh no, she was obviously standing outside, so she didn't take the itinerary book. But it happened around the same time you were acting weirdly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who is next?
I guess you could do. Wait, yeah. I guess since I had one, right? Is that the idea? You do sort of a circular thing.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody has to be connected with somebody
Right.
else, but would anybody else like something here?
Sure. Go ahead. Let's see what I get.
I manage an apartment complex, so somebody can feel free to develop a story involving one of the apartments.
All right, so this is for Kody. Somebody's connection helped you get something important. Who got it and what was it?
Well, that could be anybody.
Or it could be what we just referred to.
Good.
talked about.
There you
Okay,
go.
okay. We now need to come up with some variation on that. Okay, well, if this is important, that sounds to me like it's something more than like your normal like cheating
Yeah,
jobs. It was something.
yeah,
It was something a bit more
exactly.
significant.
It
Yes,
could
this
be.
does not have to be work related. This could be,
Oh
who
yeah,
knows.
it could be. It could be private, I guess.
Oh no.
Something to help out family, tickets to an event that was sold out for your niece. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. Remember, he doesn't really talk to his family, so they
I was just
disowned him.
giving examples.
He is disowned. So, um, yeah. What does he do besides work? He
An
helps the
out of
poor.
print comic book.
No, what? No, he's not into that.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean, like, yeah.
let's see.
Huh. So is this going to be work related or not? Do you think?
It'd probably have to be work related. He
Okay.
doesn't have much of a personal life. Like he's got a girlfriend that he's been dating for like a month.
Oh, well,
like
in
that's
that
it.
case, it
Oh,
probably
a
would be
month.
me.
Okay.
You might have been able to use me as a source to get something out of the courthouse or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a reporter, right?
Yeah, I'm actually the crime reporter.
Oh,
I'm the junior crime
potentially.
reporter, but I'm the crime reporter.
Yeah, potentially. That would definitely be a really someone useful to know and useful to use in that particular case.
Sure.
Also, I
And
am the type of
Something
person who would go
important,
to the library and do research as well. So,
right? Something
okay.
important sounds like it was not one of those regular cases. Maybe he actually had an important case on this one.
Yeah. Maybe there was like a business owner who was like embezzling money or something like that. Or
Oh,
yeah. So that's still like small time, but that's also like it's a lot more important than the other kind of stuff.
Or
right.
somebody was being sued or charged for something they didn't commit and there was falsified evidence, or
Ooh, there you go. That
I
gets you
could have
involved
been
in critical
trying. I
thinking.
could
evidence
have been
that was
hired.
being withheld that needed to come to light.
I could have been hired to clear their name, is what I could have been hired to do. That could have been true. That's definitely something that he might actually do, um, in that respect. And yeah, you're reporting. I don't know what you would have been able to get him, but that could have been useful. Yes.
Or alternatively, if you go with like the apartment complex angle, maybe like actually I should
Oh,
ask, like, is your apartment complex, is it the kind of place that would have security cameras, or is it a bit too low down for that? Like,
You talking to me?
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it definitely would have security cameras, particularly at the entrance.
Okay, so maybe there was some kind of footage, and like you ended up needing to go to him and ask him to like pull tapes for the last month and sort through them to find the one you're looking for or something.
Could be. It could be the evidence tapes seemed to be potentially doctored, and I was looking for the originals and looking for evidence
Or
there.
looking for another angle on the same
Another
event or
angle,
something.
right? Yeah, exactly. Right, because it could have been.
Because it's like, yo, you see this person go into this alley, and then they leave that, and then you see them leave that alley sometime later, and it's like, oh
Yeah,
well,
yeah, I see.
there's evidence that
Yeah,
they're seeing. But then we have another angle of them actually what was actually happening in the alley, and then that's a lot.
yeah.
Lot
Okay,
better.
I can work with that. Is that cool with you?
Okay.
Jeff?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Alright,
cool. There we go. I had a big case. Did you get
So
that?
this is Carl's connections. Helped get security footage to assist with a big case.
It's it's one of the few that gives me a decent chunk of change for for that period of time, instead of scrimping for just to pay my bills.
Carl would be big on seeing someone get their comeuppance. So in terms of like helping you prove someone's guilt would be a big deal to Carl, especially if like the police were like on their butts and not doing anything about it.
This would actually be proving someone is innocent who's being wrongly accused.
But
you
that
go
might
ahead?
lead to the true criminal.
Oh, right. That would help. Yeah, true. That would help find the true criminal. If
6 one, half dozen the other.
Yep, makes sense.
All right, who would like the next one?
I'll take it. Daniel.
Yep, doing another shuffle here.
What's in store for Daniel Myers?
You helped someone when they were at their lowest. How did you help them?
Hmm.
Who would be at their lowest?
So in terms of characters who've had like really low points, I've certainly got one. I don't know if anyone else has volunteers since I've already been involved in some of these.
It would no nothing. I mean, would it be lowest? Not really. No, I don't think I would qualify in that one.
Well, it could be as simple as you had just gotten your PI's license and you were trying to figure out how to advertise, and I just we happened to be in the same bar. I heard you complain. I was like, hell, I'll cough up the $5 here and put in an ad in the paper.
No, that would not have been in it actually for him. So no. Yeah, no, I don't think it would qualify.
Actually,
I don't think that would work for me.
Does Dr. Ezekiel Philipson, what does he have a lowest point that happens in this town, or is he still a bit too new around here for that?
His lowest point is
I feel
coming
like
to
too
this
new
town.
around here.
Okay. So he didn't have his lowest point in this town, so.
You're the newbie,
No.
is that what you're saying? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's the new professor, so I don't know what kind of year it is and whatnot.
Like a year or something? That's how long you've been here?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, it could just be something as simple as like maybe like your car broke down in the rain and you were like trying to walk 3 blocks trying to find somewhere to trying to find someone to call pickup trucks. You could get that taken care of, and like all your stuff was in the car, or something like that.
The lowest point may not be the deepest well here. It could just be a pothole.
It could just be a really shitty day. Just a really shitty day.
It could have been his first day on the job, and it was a terrible, horrible day. His car broke down. He was going to be late. He he could potentially just get fired on his first day because he doesn't show up, and you saved his butt.
I don't know. What do you think, Jesse?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Completely sort of like new, feeling really unprepared.
Got lost.
Really worried about that kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, here's the question.
Seriously.
Totally. Attacked by wolves.
Is the college here, is it one that provides housing for faculty or faculty on their own?
What? No. What are you talking about?
No, they're definitely on their own.
What kind of
Hey, remember, we're early 2000s. Things are weird.
But it's still a community. It's still a smaller.
Yeah.
Smaller kind of place.
If you want to live,
well, we could wrap it around where he just got into town. He's like, oh man, I don't like the place he had fell through, and he's like, oh man, I need to find a new place.
There are 3 housing options around the community college. I don't think they're providing any. Sorry.
Well, there is that, but my point being is I like, unless you have a problem with it, you could live in the apartment complex of Jeff's character,
You could.
whatever his name is.
Carl. Yes, that's right.
Carl.
And I just Carl, and I just helped you. Oh, hey, I know this place has some decent security, and
Oh, helped you like find a place to live is what you're saying?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, like
like he gets
temporary kind of
here
thing.
and he's
Yeah,
like,
like
okay,
like
I'm ready to start my job. Wait, what do you mean I don't have a place to live? Like the place he set up fell through,
Fell
is what I
through?
said.
Oh, that could be true. Right. The
Oh
place you
yeah,
set up.
yeah,
there you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
that could work. That
Yep.
works.
And then
As
he's
I
like
said,
thinking
it's
about
not the lowest point in your life. It's like a pothole, and it's like, oh, you want someplace that has decent security?
Yeah.
Yeah, this place over here.
you were living out of a
It's a
cheap
gated
motel for a
community.
week. You're living out
Here's
of a
the,
cheap motel.
here's the manager's phone number. I talked to him a while ago. It's like, yeah, okay. And that's the kind of thing where it's just like, okay, that it's fixed in your mind. Like, oh yeah, that guy helped me out. I like that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Totally
not
works.
like we're best friends, but if you see him on the street, hey, whatever.
Hey, how's
Mhm.
that place working out for you? Great, good. I'm glad it worked out for you. That type of thing.
Yeah.
All right. I
Okay.
think we're good there.
All right. Anybody else want one, or are we done?
I kind of pictured my apartment complex as being sort of like the lower end of middle class, where occupancy, there's always some empty rooms that need renovating, but residents tend to value their privacy, and terms of surveillance, it would only be like the parking lot entrance area.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry, man. That
Okay.
might be too much for your. You don't make enough.
Oh, he's fine.
You know how much professors made in the 2000s?
Hey, housing was not as expensive in the 2000s. So,
Yeah,
This is true too.
but it's reasonable.
But yeah, help with apartments. I know back in the day, my stepdad worked for somebody that managed a bunch of complexes. So occasionally they would let us travel to one and use the model for a weekend or whatever.
and the school might provide him like a housing
Housing stipend.
a stipend. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was looking for. Yep.
Yep.
So, since they don't offer like something on campus, they probably do
Yeah.
offer something so they can stay close.
Could have been really short term or immediate notice type of thing. And
Yeah.
Oh,
so
you were
anybody
coming
else?
on the 15th? I thought you were coming on the 30th.
Anybody else want a question or?
I have a question for everybody. Who has a vehicle? I kind of pictured Carl having a pickup truck.
I would have a vehicle. I probably have a couple of them actually.
I guess that would depend. What is public transportation like in this city?
I think we
Does it
vaguely
exist?
discussed it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we vaguely discussed it. Right, there were some
Yes.
bus lines that kind of go through the sort of new downtown and touristy areas, but they tend
So
not to be in
you
old
guys
areas.
are on the city map. So roughly, let me do a
Maybe pick a color that sort
polygon.
of
Yeah, I'm gonna do like let's see.
pick a color
Yeah,
for
it's a
our bus.
college
for the
town,
bus
so I
line.
kind of assumed it'd be like a couple blocks at most to the nearest
I'll
bus
do this one here.
station.
Yeah, like it's just one of those like in the old area in the community college. I imagine around the college it's a decent, but it only heads out towards going that way, the mains roads kind of thing. Like he's showing the main roads. Like these are the main busy roads. That's where you could probably get buses in the other areas, but it's not going to be as
Yeah,
often.
these would be like the most frequent lines, like one every 20 minutes or whatever. And then everywhere else, except for like the far outskirts, once every half hour, once every hour,
Yeah.
if it's in one of the,
Well, put like a nice straight line to the tourist district, entertainment district.
Oh yeah, we would
That's
definitely
for
have
sure.
to
That's
provide that.
there.
Yeah,
That's
we're gonna
probably
have
like
at
the
least.
most frequent transportation line.
Oh yeah.
It probably has a circle in that whole area, and then it connects to the suburbs. It's like there's like a circle in the touristy hot springs area. They probably have a bus that goes out to the hot springs too, I imagine. So, mm, so oh, they probably just have like
No, that's probably the one that's every 30 minutes.
Yeah,
You know, you don't want to overcrowd the
yeah,
hot
correct. Yeah, you probably
And then
don't have a
everything in the square would be relatively good.
reasonable. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you're outside of the square and outside of the triangle, public transportation is crap. And then once you get inside of those areas, it's really good.
See, it's easy to get to the drug motel. See, it's right on the path.
That's maybe by design.
Yep.
Well, I only have resources of 5, so I don't have a car for every day of the week.
We need money, so we need
Jesus
to
Christ.
bribe transportation, city engineers to get a bus line out here.
Did you say a resources of 5?
Remember, rich kid.
You're
That
very.
is
that is
incredible. Okay.
That is not just rich, okay? That is incredibly rich. Like, isn't 5 like insane? Like, wait, am I missing something? Wow. Okay, I don't know where you live then. Where does a rich person live? Jesus.
Wherever he wants.
I suppose.
True. I mean, I think like for your character is like you are rich, but you don't like that you're rich, and so you don't use your money for a whole lot. Is that about right?
Yeah, I have I live in the suburbs. Like, I live in the suburbs near the entertainment / tourist district.
Oh,
right
okay.
there on that
Okay.
corner.
So you're not the type to flaunt your money.
No,
Yeah, kind
no,
of
God, no. I'm trying to prove myself as a writer, damn it.
Yeah, I kind of suspect the rich people would be like between the old downtown and the suburb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the impression there's like a short list of people who even know you are rich, and most people like it's not at all obvious from.
Yeah,
Right,
because I don't dress up.
Your family's not from here then, right?
No,
Or is
they're
it?
from Richmond.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, you move here away from your family. Okay, I gotcha.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm my parents want me to go into the family business. My sister's going to be the big politician. I'm going to be her communications director and you know the runner up, and I'm the older. As I said, my backstory is I'm the eldest, but I didn't want to go into politics
Okay.
/ family business.
God. Okay.
So my sister got groomed for that, and now it's like, oh yeah, you go get experience as a writer, then you'll come back and write her speeches.
Right.
Okay. So, but going back to the question, like you were asking, like who has a car?
I do. It's in good condition. But it'd probably be like I'm thinking like what the old Crown Vics that cops used to drive around in, just because you know.
Okay.
I have probably 2 cars. One for my personal use, and one I use for when I'm trying to be, follow people around.
Your
He
inconspicuous
probably
car.
has
My
a
inconspicuous car.
one of those early crossover SUV, like small SUV kind of things, because just trying to haul things from out of state as he moves in.
Mhm.
Everything.
Yeah.
Oh, and my
It's
car
probably a
is
truck because everybody here probably owns a truck, so he blends right in.
it's my car Friday.
And yeah, all it takes is a resources of a 1 to have a functional car.
Vehicle. Yeah.
I think Sarah could have one, but she doesn't because she just lives like right next to the college, and public transportation for the places she goes is generally pretty good, and so it just doesn't really come up.
So
Need one kind of.
Are we done with the relationship cards?
Yeah. Did anyone want another card?
I think so. Does anybody remember the name of what name we came up for the newspaper was?
Oh, the date. Was it the Daily Sunrise? Did we actually go with that?
Hold on, I have the file here.
Yeah, I just needed a refresher. I remember, it was like the Daily Sunrise, and the college paper was like the Sunset or something like that.
Oh, everything about this town was terrible. That's what I remember from our conversation.
The Sunrise Daily.
Of course, it's terrible.
Yeah, the local paper is the Sunrise Daily, or just the Daily.
Okay, yeah.
Sunrise Daily.
What I do need help with, I need help naming my private investigative company. I don't know what to name it. I just realized I never named it, and now I
A
don't.
Maltese Falcon.
You can
No.
name it later if it comes up.
Okay. Just if someone has an idea, throw it out there. Just saying. You can type
Yeah.
it in the chat.
When it
So
comes
is anyone
time.
else with the relationship cards? You got I think Ezekiel and Carl haven't done one. Do you guys want to or no?
I think I'm good. We've gotten enough. I feel like there's
Yeah, I'm
enough
good.
sort of random
Okay.
All right,
small
cool.
connections here and there.
Yeah, we've you guys gotten pulled in on our cards, so we should be set.
Yeah, we only want small connections because for the most part, with the exception of myself and maybe Kody, none of us, and you and Philipson, none of us really have that much in the way of overlap.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, sort of. Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna imagine I've
There you
also run into Sarah anyway because
Yeah,
at the college, like that one's just a given.
We didn't draw the
Yeah,
secret stalker card. You know, if you want Sarah to be your secret stalker, I'm sure the
Right.
hag will be perfectly fine with that.
Oh God.
Okay, I would like to discuss amongst ourselves what areas of town our characters would be seen in occasionally. For example, Carl would probably regularly hire students from the college to work on some apartments for cleaning and renovation. He would also probably like to be seen in the industrial area as well. What about the rest of you?
Well, I know my where I work and live is in old downtown, like an
Mhm.
old building.
Yeah, but why would you leave old downtown? Where would he run into you?
Only if I had a job, I think. Like anywhere I might have had a job.
I mean, you
That's
could be literally anywhere there.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, like do I hang out anywhere else besides old downtown?
I'll be perfectly
No.
honest. Mine would be basically that area right over there on the right hand side: suburbs, entertainment district, police department, new downtown, new industrial. Because I'd be going to
Where they're the largest groups of people, or because that's where the crimes happen.
The courthouse would be in that area too, somewhere.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Yeah.
over in old downtown.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know where the. Oh yeah, where did we put like town hall and stuff? Did we put them somewhere?
I'm not sure we did.
I would think.
Because they might have
Be
moved
in
it
the
though.
new.
They could have like an old one in old downtown, but they use for more like just storage now, and they actually built a new one in new downtown.
I'm saying that it would probably be somewhere in this area, just because they're usually
Yeah.
all close
Somewhere
together,
more
all
centralized.
municipal buildings. The police department's right there, town hall, courthouse, all that would be like somewhere in this region.
So like at the very edge of old downtown, but sort of
Middle of
like
town.
but kind of getting close to that new downtown area.
All right. So as far as areas where Sarah would show up, she spends most of her time near the community college. That's where she lives. That's where she's worked. But she also is going to often show up in like the entertainment district and the tourist areas. Often goes there to entertain people.
If I'm in
So,
those areas.
where is Carl's apartment complex?
You said it last time.
We do
Actually,
kind of.
I was kind of picturing him the south middle of town, near the dents and the old downtown, and the old industrial, sort of like in the middle of that triangle.
Oh yeah, it was like around that area, right? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So not super far from the school.
Does it have a name like Shadowbrook Apartments or something like that, or is it just like an address and it's an apartment block and figure it out?
I need to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, like my name, I have to figure it out.
I wonder if Fantasy Name Generators has an apartment.
God, wait. Oh my God, the fantasy name generator for that. That'd be great.
Maybe Chaotic Shiny.
Film studio names. Hotel names. No apartment names, though. Prison names.
Close enough.
Black Citadel Work Camp. Black Citadel Apartments.
It's amazing.
That yikes.
Yeah, no.
That's why I got out of there pretty quick.
No one escapes the Black Citadel intact. Black Citadel Investigative?
Oh God, no.
Yeah, I know. I was like, Black
No, it's
Citadel.
like,
I
oh
can
yeah,
see
yeah.
that.
You get on the wrong side of them, no one ever hears from you ever again.
Yeah, there's no like housing, condos. We got J-pop group names.
It's great.
I'll think about it.
All right. If anyone comes up with any great ideas for apartment complex names or detective agency names, then sure to throw those out there. Okay, so I guess we're all set on relationships. Got what's next then?
That's a weird name.
All right, so if you guys know where you are likely to be seen, I think we can jump into this.
Did we get where everybody lived and stuff? I know someone lives in the
Zeke,
apartments, right?
Zeke lives in the cheaper housing area just northeast of the community college.
Up there.
Yep.
All right, so that's your home.
If there's like a gym or something, one of the things Zeke is into HEMA, and he's been trying to get a HEMA club together with students of his. That's the historical European martial arts.
Ah, okay.
Like longsword fighting, but according to the old manuals from the Renaissance masters.
Pretty sure there could be one like pretty much anywhere in this area.
If I go to the gym, it's probably at the time.
So if you want to pick a spot, I can plop a gym down.
Probably keeps it relatively close to the school or something like that because he wants to keep it easy for students. So probably like on some of this major bus line kind of stuff in this area.
I like that the rail line goes through the community college. I can imagine the community college built out starting on one side of it and then expanded and put things on the other side of it. So just every once in a while.
Making it very inconvenient.
Yeah, every once in a while, a hauler train will go through there and slow everything down for 20, 30 minutes.
The overnight ones are the worst for all the people who are trying to sleep.
The school I went to in New Mexico actually had that problem.
Fantastic.
All right. We are going to start in 2002.
Fun.
It is a Saturday, the 10th of August. Today is the big, the reenactment this weekend. Besides the battle, there's also several exhibits. People will come out, sell their crafts and their cooking, and it's basically a huge town affair. Some people do come from the neighboring cities and areas. So this is a day for all of the people that do their own arts and crafts to sell stuff, to get out, to be seen. It's a Saturday, so most of the weekly businesses are closed, so a lot of people are out there. Typically, the enactors usually raid their families' uniforms if they had one. A lot of people in town are descendants of people that were in the war, so a lot of them do have old uniforms packed up that they have access to. A lot of the weapons for the reenactments have been propped out, right? Actual mechanical things removed so that they can be used as props. That's one of the things that they are very careful to check. The actual event starts usually in the early afternoon, giving people the morning to do their shopping and looking around and socializing and stuff like that. So let's go down the list from
Is
at
there
the
a
bottom
parade?
of in town maybe on Sunday, but Saturday is the actual reenactment is right outside of town. So it's like out in that area.
I didn't see where you
Okay,
clicked.
oh, it's over there? I thought it was on
Yeah.
the other side, but okay.
This guy probably going to be where there's like
That's like where most of the
open
runs
parkland.
are and stuff like that. That's all
Okay.
the open part of town. Further out gets you up into the mountains, so that's where a lot
Click
of
there
the.
again.
It's on the far left side. How do you draw attention?
Usually you click and hold, but there you go.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's off the map for me.
No, there's a way to actually pull everybody to it too.
Oh, shift, I
focus
think.
this
If you hold shift, I believe it is. Yeah.
Ah, yep, that moved it.
Oh, yep, that did it.
Yeah, that works.
So that's where it is. It's like out in that area. On Sunday, they do have the morning parade that probably goes through old downtown, probably in the direction of the entertainment district.
Somewhat more for the locals, and then a little bit towards the touristy area.
So it probably goes like here, goes through town center, and then ends on that side of town.
Yeah, that just annoys me. Right outside my door.
Yeah.
Really, guys.
Well, you know, that's the downside of being on Main Street.
Yeah, I know.
So on Saturday morning, everybody should either have their own reason or come up with their own reason to attend the reenactment. So, Kody, where are you in the morning? What do you typically do during these things there?
Avoid them in general. Unless I have a job that requires. He's not the type that likes these big events, but he does have a girlfriend now, so maybe she wants to go, and he's conceded to go ahead and go with her, even though he hates it.
Getting dragged to the farmer's market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So in the morning, would you be more than towards the craft booths or the cooking part of the, I guess, festival ground?
Probably Yeah, probably the cooking thing to get them food. She's got a daughter. She probably brought the daughter too. So it's a 10-year-old daughter named Fern. So it's a family outing. Sort of. he's, it's been dating a month, but it's awkward, but it's fine. It's fine. He's working it out.
All right. What about Sarah?
Oh, well, Sarah, I mean, she does like these kinds of events, so she would just go on her own, just to be around some people, watch some interesting things. Also take a look at the craft booths. She likes just talking to random people about, oh, how did you make that, and oh, why did you do it that way? Just the kind of conversation she likes to have. But also she is like an entertainer. She plays guitar and sings, and this is the kind of place where she's probably planning on doing a few sets at various points during the afternoon, between other things, and
Does she
that's going to
do
be her day.
period music?
Uh, Period. Let's see.
Does
We're
she
go
know
with we're
any
gonna
Civil War ditties?
we're gonna go with yes. Like she doesn't really have like she doesn't have the right voice for like army ballads and things like that, but she can do the guitar accompaniment for things like that, and she does that sometimes.
Okay. So in the morning, then, while you're just playing around, occasionally some of the people that are heading towards the setup area or whatever will actually stop and sing some of the old marching songs or whatever to your accompaniment.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And in the morning, a lot of people are starting out in the field setting up too. They have their north and their south uniforms. Most of the northern uniforms are very makeshift. Much of the uniforms that were in the family in this area are all Southern Confederate uniforms, right? So everybody that has that plays the northern side kind of has to do their own makeshift, and so they're not as accurate, but nobody seems to care. There is actually a cannon on the field, and they have a small pile of welded, or not welded rather, but like hollowed plastic cannonball looking that they have stuck together next to it to make it look like they have a pile of cannonballs stacked up next to it. And they are starting to get ready. Most of the people in costumes are finishing up if they weren't already in it. They're starting to scatter around. They're probably going to start the event in the next half hour or so. Carl, where would you be during this time?
Well, I figure one of my nicer tenants kind of hijacked me to help haul pecan pies and what do you call those apples that you've dumped into caramel apples to their booth in the food section. So I'm probably helping, going back and forth between my truck and the stand.
Okay. Dr. Ezekiel.
So, I think probably checking out the whatever kind of exhibits there are for people um, sort of showing the period uh, clothing or anything else of that nature. Doing it as an exhibition type kind of thing still. Um, his uh, work in sort of more historical humanities kind of areas sort of leads him towards looking at that stuff. He'd be more at home with like at the Ren Fair or something like that, but this is still pretty cool. So I'm excited to check it out for the first time because he wouldn't have been at the last one.
Closest thing he's going to get to a Red Fair here.
Right, exactly.
All right. me bring you over here. So just as a rough sketch, the green field is where the setup is. The blue boxes are like the setup stands area where people watch from. The brown up here is the craft section, and then down here is the food, where everybody cooking sets up. And Daniel.
I figure I would be down there just for the purposes of, well, as I said, I'm pretty new to the area, so it's one of those things where it's like, oh, this big event's going on. Why is it a big event? What's all the hubbub about? Kind of, I'm there out of curiosity mostly.
Okay.
I probably have my notepad with me, and if something happens that I think is reportable, I might write something up.
All right. Let me see here. So during they're starting to set up. Once the enactors are on the field, they will start. They'll basically give a warning, and everybody will have like 20 minutes to get to their stands. So some people are already starting to go to their stands. They're taking their lunch with them that they bought or whatever. And there are 5 of you, so... Carl, during one of your final trips taking some stuff out from the truck to the booth, you notice that there happens to be a late arrival in uniform. Just seems to be a little disheveled and dirty, and it stands out to you because most people at the enactment, their uniforms, even though they may be old and not in the best of condition, they take care of them, right? They make them as presentable as they can. And this person looks like, almost like you see them, they have a bit of wet dirt on the back of their shirt type of thing. They don't look like they were taking the best care of it, but they are walking, towards the setup field.
Carl would probably just bitch about him to Mrs. Beckham when he delivers the pies.
Probably, yeah. And there's a lot of other people talking about him too. How some people like to talk in smaller towns. How disgraceful that type of commentary. The usual suspects are present, and they are the usual ones doing the talking down about people. And they will talk down about anybody they have a convenient excuse to talk down about. And then, as the enactment is going to get ready to start, which stands would Kody be
in? Probably the closest one to the food, because that's where we were. So
okay.
Probably pick a stand over here.
This battle is going to have the. This was a actual southern win for this little battle. The north were coming from. Dang it! Oh, get that stupid thing off there.
Are you gonna put tokens on for us? Carl's probably like be curious to watch the start of the exhibition, but he probably wasn't planning on staying the whole time. So he'd probably wander over next to one of the stands to watch the start.
And I would not be paying that much attention to what's going on out on the field. He's looking anywhere else but the field.
Yeah, you guys are probably going to need tokens.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna need to get
I
some
never thought about
tokens or
that.
something.
I know we talked about it, but then I stopped looking because I forgot. Okay.
Yeah, let me just get some generics.
Yeah, it's always interesting to make fun of the people who fail to fall down on the first volley of gunfire.
Hey, maybe they missed.
Yeah, but that's when the yelling begins.
No, it's really frightening when the second line starts falling over and the first line didn't. And it was like, wait, why haven't they fallen?
All right, we have a
Well, there's a lot
Sarah,
of Confederates. Confederates are habitually bad at falling down.
a Kody, a
Oh,
Daniel.
no! You gotta remember, Confederates only fall forward; they don't fall back. Well, Northerners only fall back, and they never fall forward.
True.
Carl
Actually,
and
I wish I was joking about that, but I actually watched Gettysburg the other day, and that seemed to be the case. It's like whenever the bluecoats got shot, they fell backwards, but whenever the gray coats got shot, they always fall on their face. It was like, wait, huh?
Hmm. I mean, I guess there was a Confederate advance, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, it was always just one of those things where it was like the only time I can think of a one of the bluecoats falling forward was when he was jumping off of a rock. And the bullet kind of just propelled him. Well, the illusion was the bullet propelled him forward.
there.
But again, they were falling back.
I don't know how much the tokens are actually going to be needed for the rolling aspect, since not a whole lot is linked. But there you go. Kody, you said you were like up in that area.
I'd probably be in that area just to, for like as Scaly was saying, or what Kody was saying was like, I'm just trying to watch and figure out what the hell's going on here.
All right. So the next question is, did everybody make their macros?
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, no.
Let's see.
Yeah, throw those in the bar. Yep, I got those.
Trying to see where I put the macro text at. I will repaste them in the Discord. So that text, make a normal macro and paste that. And then you can test it to make sure that it will actually roll right. You can click the Maybe I can too. Click the show as token action, or if you want to just put it in your bar down at the bottom. Oh, wait a minute. I can make the...
Is that off the character sheet?
No, it's in the journal on the right-hand side, but I think I can... Let's see. Save changes. I might be able to make these visible to all of you, so you don't have to actually make it yourself.
Oh, just all of us use the same one.
Let's see. Did that work? If you go to the macro, which is the, I guess the 3 tokens stacked up.
Yeah.
Do those macros show up there now?
There's 4 macros.
You got
It
4?
It says normal roll twice.
Yeah,
And then special
I see normal roll, specialty roll.
I don't know why
Maybe if you made your own.
I didn't make any, so I know that for a fact.
I don't know why it's twice.
Are there supposed to be 2 or just?
Yeah, there's a normal roll macro and a specialty roll macro.
And then specialty roll. Yep, I see them. If I click the in bar, then they show up underneath.
Yeah. So the specialty is anything in which you have a attribute or a skill at 4 or higher, you get to choose a specialty. And what that does is if you roll and your specialty applies, 10s count and get to be rolled again. Otherwise, you do the normal roll because 10s just count as a success, but you don't roll more.
And then one weird thing, academics always has a specialty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the ones where you have to choose one. But then,
I think it's the only one.
When it's like rolling something's like Dex plus Brawl, and if you're rolling 7 dice, you type 7, and then in the target number, I'll tell you it's usually a 6, but it can change. And then for description, Dex plus Brawl, you type in, a quick, what are you rolling together? In case you miss something or forget what you rolled or want to see,
Right.
All right. And for the purpose of this, just so I have an order to go in, we're going to roll initiative. And what initiative is Dex plus Wits?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right.
But you're not rolling that many dice. You're rolling 1d10 and adding the value of your Dex plus Wits.
Okay, so we'll just do the /R. There's no initiative macro, so yeah, we're just...
Yeah, I haven't made an initiative macro yet.
I got a 7.
Sorry. You said
I
Dex
also got a
plus
7.
Wits, you said?
Yeah, whatever your Dex and your Wits are together, add those and roll 1d10 and add it to that value.
Yeah, like I have a Dex of 2 and a Wits of 2, so that comes to 7.
Am I using the little
4.
normal roll thing down at the bottom, or is this a flat roll or something?
It's flat roll.
Oh, okay. That's why I was confused for a second. I was like, wait, what now? Okay, just adding that particular number to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the higher initiative rating goes first. Okay.
I'm sorry. What's the command for this?
/roll.
This is just /R and 1d10 plus 5.
Yeah, this is just a normal roll plus modifier. At one point, initiative in World of Darkness used to be roll your dice, count your hits, and then add it to your total, but it's too complicated for no reason.
We don't like math in our math.
All right, so Ezekiel has a 6. Kody has a 14. Wow.
I wrote good.
And Carl
Cody's got good
has a
initiative.
6.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, he named like 2 of my best stats. I was like, oh, well, okay, Dex plus Wits. That's perfect for me.
It makes sense.
So if this were combat, we would actually start with the slowest people to declare what you're doing. so that the faster people can have an idea in mind and react to what the slower people are doing. But this is just for the purpose of which order I am going to go here and show this.
This is just to figure out which one of you I screw with first.
Yes. And of course, Kody. This is fitting. As the battle is, you're getting into your seat, you have your lunch. Your girlfriend is there, her daughter is there. And you are watching, and they are right now have their flag bearers marching out on the field, getting ready, right? So they do a little circuit of the field before they get into position, just so they can announce, the army name, the whatever the company representative name they're supposed to be. And as it watches, you blink, and on the flags that you see, look and see the truth. Just momentarily. And then you get a quick vision. Your vision goes a bit blurry, and you see this field with the combatants actually shooting at each other, right? They have their smoke powder, so they're not actually using real ammunition, right? It's all blanks and stuff like that. But you happen to see a particular clump of soldiers seeming to get torn apart by a cannonball blast. An actual cannonball. And then your vision returns to normal, and they're still going through their setup phase.
Okay.
And it's very disconcerting.
I imagine it is. Okay.
All right, Daniel. All right, so the enactment starts, right? It is kind of exciting. This is not a battle that they've done in a previous year for those that have been here multiple years. This is a different battle. Like I said, this is one where the South actually drove off the North. A lot of them were the other way around, and they still pick those. Not as often, but they do. And during the fight, I think I might actually have to go out of a slightly different order here.
I have a token.
Most of these I wrote so that they could all fit together, but a few of them are chronological. I just realized that.
Well, while you're working on that, I will say that I would be sitting in the stands with a yellow notepad in my lap, and I'd be like jotting down some notes of the portrayals, maybe what people are saying around me, stuff of that nature. So I'm honing my writing skill while not necessarily writing anything important. I can later on just be like, oh no, this I could actually turn this into a story type thing and turn it in. Maybe, they publish it. Who knows?
Okay, let's go with Sarah first here. You're both sevens.
Okay.
Technically, I do go first because my bonus is higher.
Ah.
I was going to point that out, but I was like...
I mean, I did mention it earlier, but also it didn't matter, so I didn't care.
Yeah, there's probably a way to add that as a tiebreaker, like a decimal, but... So the fight is going on, right? They're marching and they're advancing and there's some falling back. And there's one particular part where they seem to be getting into close quarters, right? They have some makeshift bayonets. And you, Sarah, hear booming in your voice, "You can save him." As you look across the field and you see one particular Union soldier is in the process of, with a little hatchet that none of the others seem to have is looking like he is about to strike one of his fellow soldiers in the back of the head. And you know that you can actually do, if you, for whatever reason, to say something here, you might be able to stop this from happening.
I'm just, yeah, she's just gonna hear that, and she's just gonna like stand up and say, "Don't." And I probably start moving out of the stands, like circling around the area, trying to get closer to what's going on.
Yeah, you're positive nobody can hear you because of the blank gunfire going on, but for whatever reason, he stops and the action proceeds. At this point, there is a through the midst a cannonball. Not that anybody sees a cannonball, but there is a loud racket as the stands over here splinter and crack in the wood and begin to collapse. And Daniel Myers, looking over there, there's flags on the front of the stands that have people cheering for their relatives or whoever in there. But the words on what you see say the children must be saved. And you see a section of the stands looking like they are collapsing on one of the elementary school groups. And you get it in your head that somehow you can, you have to be over there to move the debris.
Okay.
So do you head over there to do that?
Okay, I was like, wait, do you want me to describe my action, or?
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. I thought you were just going in order and describing kind of what we were experiencing.
Certain things. Right now, Kody is seeing a vision. He doesn't do anything just yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I would yell, get the ambulance, and like jump down from the stands and head that way.
So you run over there to help. Okay. So you run over there to help. There are other people trying to move this stuff, and they don't seem to be able to lift the debris, the weight, something might be blocked or whatever, but you just have this sense that you can. So you find yourself taking a point of bashing damage and somehow exhibiting supernatural strength here to actually lift this thing to start helping people get out. And during this confusion, we move to Carl. From over there, you see the stands collapse over here and all of that starting to happen. And you get the sense that you know where it's from. So your eyes go to the cannon, which is over here on the south side. And spilled around the cannon on the floor are cannonballs that spell out, "The killer must be killed." And you see a semi-translucent figure in a Confederate uniform picking up one of these cannonballs and starting to reload the cannon.
I'm going to grab one of the poles from the debris and chuck it at that figure.
Okay. So you grab one of the poles and you start to throw it, and you realize as you are releasing it that the end of it is glowing and steaming. And the pole travels through the air almost in slow motion, and most people probably wouldn't be able to make the throw from here because it's a decent distance away, but it's almost like it's guided by something, and it hits the figure and they drop the cannonball and are halted in their progress of reloading that cannon. And then Ezekiel, you are over here. The chaos is starting to happen. People are running around. Nobody really knows what happens. There's been this freak accident. The stands over here are collapsing. More people are running over there to try to help. Most of the enactors are starting to...
Oh, I thought the stands you meant were the red ones that Carl was near.
I'm sorry, what?
I got confused. I thought the stands that were collapsing were the red ones.
No.
Over near Carl. My apologies. No. Okay.
These stands are collapsing, but there's flags. There's things that you can grab to throw.
Okay. I probably would have grabbed something from one of the stands nearby. Maybe a spare pole.
That is possible, yes. And then the cannon in question would be like... I will go with this color.
Was this the same cannon in my vision? Just verifying.
You didn't actually see a cannon. You saw a cannonball, but there's only one cannon on the field.
Okay.
And that's where it's loaded. You know, they were in the background and stuff like that.
Okay.
And, you know, most people saw them during the setup. They didn't actually have real cannonballs. There were nobody, you know, even during the starting of the battle and stuff, it was a stage prop that was obviously formed like, you know, those plastic bowling balls that come in kids'
they're
toys.
like plastic. Yeah, got it.
Glued together to make a little pyramid.
But somehow now there are several cannonballs now sitting on the ground.
There seem to be, yes.
Okay.
And then, so you have your vision. There's a lot of people starting to run to the crowd. So these stands over here that you guys are at are emptying out.
Okay.
And Ezekiel, yours, you happen to have, we'll say one of your students happens to be nearby and whispers into your ear, "If it sees you, it will hunger." And you glance over because you don't know who it was that said it, and you don't see them, but you see one of the soldiers, a Confederate soldier, walking directly towards your part of the stands that are emptying out. And instinctively, you being the innocent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go unseen by it. It shouldn't see you. You're staring in shock, and this thing looks like a... let's see, do I have a picture here? Momentarily. Looks like that as it's walking towards you. And it seems to be walking directly towards you for a moment and then suddenly loses interest, turns, and no longer looking like a dead-faced cadaver, starts to walk towards somebody else. And he has a very disheveled, dirty uniform, almost as if he dug himself out of the ground not too long ago. And then, now we will go and actually do a few rolls just to finish learning how to use these things. Do you want to keep the same rolls just for this?
Yeah, it's probably not necessary.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so, Kody, you have an ability here.
I do. Wait, what?
Yes, vision. Let me make sure I'm on the right page.
Or C, page 156 PDF.
Oh yeah, bookmark the table of contents. You say 146?
156. Of the PDF, not the page, not the printed page number, but the, like, if you enter in the page number into the PDF reader, then it'll jump to that.
All right, so in your vision, you saw some potential futures that would be based on what you would do. So you can roll me an intelligence plus vision, and your difficulty is 7.
Division just be 1 at this point then, or something? Is that how that would work? I didn't put any points in anything because you said
Yes.
Okay. So this would just be the normal roll.
Normal roll.
Number of dice is just the actual intelligence plus wisdom number of dice, and that's it.
Yeah, intelligence plus vision.
Okay, so it'll just be 4. Okay, and you said 7 is the number, right?
Yes.
I got 0, apparently.
You got 0. No, we can't have that. Roll it again.
Okay.
Were you going to keep 1 point in vision? Because you can spend your virtues now.
Oh, I see. Because I could do up to 3, right? Is that the start? Or 2?
Yes, you have 3 dots to distribute.
I probably would have at least put 2 in it, so I'll assume 2. I didn't get a chance. I can't remember if I was going to put all 3 in it or not.
Okay.
But I'll put at least 2. So that's actually going to be so 5 dice. Okay. I got 1.
Okay. So tell me, depending on what you would decide to do, a vision, 2 alternate visions you have that would have different effects depending on which you decided.
Oh boy. Oh, you had to make this difficult on my brain. 2 alternate visions that would change. So I understand. I have the collapse thing over the side and this craziness going on with this cannon, right?
Yeah,
Those are
the
large
collapsed
events going on.
The collapse thing you probably can't directly help with.
Right,
but
I know the chaos is over there, right?
There's some chaos over there, yes. There's some chaos with the cannon, and a person just seemingly got impacted with a tent pole or something too. But there is another person over here that has a hand axe that is about to strike, or in the process of, it looks like they were frozen, in the process of striking one of their fellow soldiers, and doesn't seem to be able to do anything at the moment. So
Okay.
your vision could be something like, depending on what you are going to decide to do, that person can follow through with their strike and hit the person, or they might not, because you are going to do something that would stop them. So you have different options here.
Okay, my initial vision was of the cannonball hitting a group of soldiers or something, right?
Yes, there is a group of soldiers starting to form up over here that looks familiar to your vision, but that was not a mechanical. That was just you seeing something that might have happened.
Okay, I understand. Okay. So the figure that was hit by the item, he dropped the cannonball, but he's not like dead. He's not like down or anything, right?
No.
I assume.
Here, I will do
Yeah, okay.
numbers.
So
there's one over there. There was a thing over here that was walking towards Ezekiel and starting to then turn around and look for another victim. And then there was a threat over there by the cannon.
Okay. And I saw the weird figure too, right?
Yeah, you see this one over here.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's the frozen one.
That's the frozen one that has the axe that's about to hatchet somebody in the back.
But sort of seemingly stand still at the moment.
Yeah, they're seemingly standing still doing nothing at the moment, and you're not sure why.
Got it.
Most other people aren't seeing anything. However, all of yours, we will say your second sights have kicked in. So you know something is wrong with that person with the axe. You're not quite sure what. Something is wrong with this guy here. You're not quite sure what. And then same over here. They feel very wrong, or they, when you look at one, he looks unnatural, maybe a bit stiff. This guy over here looks really stiff, almost like he might be suffering from onset of rigor mortis.
Okay.
Almost.
Yeah. Okay, well, I can't just take out my gun and start shooting. That would probably be complicated.
Brought your gun to the farmer's market?
Of course I do. What are you talking about? I bring my gun everywhere, okay? But, okay, so his two options would be to go to the cannon to prevent it from firing at all, because that was his initial vision in the first place, or to try to stop this weird looking guy, maybe just tackle him or something. He doesn't know what to do with this guy. So those are, I guess, would be his two options in his head.
Another option, since the let's see, we'll go with A since nobody has an A name, is the group of people that look like the familiar group from your vision. So maybe you can run over there and try to scatter them too.
Yeah, I see. To scatter them away from the shot. Yeah. I feel like that's a little far, but yeah, you're right. I think that of the two options, because somebody else is doing something to the cannon, right? They threw something at him or something like that, right?
Yeah, he got hit with a tent pole.
Okay.
Weirdly enough.
So somebody's trying to do something about the cannon. So yeah, maybe the two options would be to tackle this thing because he is kind of close to us and I don't know what his intentions are, or to run and try to break up the group of people. Those are probably my two options, I would think, that he would think of. I mean,
so, whichever one you choose to do, you get to roll twice and take the better result. So if you want to tackle this guy, it would be Dex plus Brawl. If you want to go try to scatter these people, it would probably be... let's see here. I need a sheet with attribute.
I was going to suggest that since we're going with slower first, one of the things I'm thinking is if I can pull off like one of these beams or something, is I would, if I'm aware of that group over there, I'd like throw the beam towards that group to scatter them. Just be like, hey, get over here and help me.
I think I got the vision for the group.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone
okay.
did. Yeah, so I'm the only one that kind of knows.
Well, I wasn't sure if my second sight would have seen that.
These people are normal people, so second sight isn't showing them.
Okay.
The only reason they stand out to Kody is because they were in his vision. It would probably be manipulation plus...
Oh, just shoot one of them in the knee. That would be dexterity and intimidation.
Intimidation plus manipulation, or what's the other one? Persuasion? Oh, there is no persuasion, is there?
No. It's just manipulation is generally persuasion. So.
There's expression is kind of the...
Yeah, expression's like writing an essay. So yeah, intimidation plus manipulation to scare them into leaving.
Leadership could also be used to...
Yeah, influence. I can go with that too. Probably charisma and leadership if you wanted to go that route.
No, it's not his high spot.
Intimidation and manipulation, then.
I mean, to be fair, either option gives me the same number of dice. So,
as I said, you pop one of them in the kneecap with your gun. Guess what? They gonna move.
So, did you want to go scatter the group, or did you want to tackle the?
I will go to the group, but I'll tell
The girlfriend?
I will. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will tell Ivy, that's her name, to watch that guy and do not get close to him at all. Like keep away from this guy, and then I will run over to them.
Okay.
And try to scatter them. Guys, watch out! Move!
Okay.
Kind
Distances at the moment, this is more narrative than anything, so you can get there during this step. So go ahead and roll 2 times.
Okay. So it's still a normal roll, just rolling it twice.
Yes.
Okay. So still gonna be
you can, before you roll, spend a point of willpower for an automatic success.
Oh, right. We have willpower stuff, don't we?
Yeah, do you have your willpower determined already?
Yes, I do. Okay. So if I spend a point of willpower, it would be at least 1 automatic success? Is that what
Yes.
it means? Okay, and then I still roll to see if I get more. Is that
the
idea?
A house rule is that it is a success that can be taken away by botches. So if you roll and get a 1, it would pull from the automatic success as well.
But it wouldn't necessarily mean a complete botch then, though. It just offset.
Correct,
Okay.
because there is a success there.
Okay, fair enough.
And in order to botch, you have to have no successes and 1s.
Right. Okay. Sure. Let's go ahead and do the spend the point. Why not?
Okay.
And is it still a 7?
Oh, for that, in the chaos yelling at, I will say your difficulty is 5.
Because they're already sort of confused.
Yeah. Stuff is starting to happen that wasn't in the script.
Oh, Jesus.
That's 4 successes.
Yeah, 1. Yep, I guess you go with the 4 then. 5 actually, because of the automatic. That's
plus
5
the willpower, yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you see basically 2 ways in your brief vision, trying to convince them 2 different ways of working. One of them works, one of them doesn't, so you choose the one that does work. And as you start running over there, whatever it happens to be, they stop trying to form up into the group that they were forming into and start to scatter away.
Yeah. It's like, guys, things are about to really get bad. Move, run.
All right, Sarah. You, in the midst of this chaos, still see that person over there struggling to follow through with their hatchet strike, but they can't seem able to.
Okay. Well, what I think I need to do is I need to understand why they would ever want to do that in order to understand how to tell them that they shouldn't. And so I need to go over there and I need to talk to the crazy man with the hatchet and figure out why he thinks this is what he needs to do. Why he can't just stop.
Okay.
I guess I'm over here now.
This character is gonna live so long.
Hey, quit stealing my job. I'm the martyr here.
So you're walking over to him, and he almost seems to recognize the fact that you are the one that stopped him from doing this.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing to me? And you can see him with your second sight on. He looks mostly fine. There's just some slight features that are wrong about him. Teeth are a little, or the gums are a little withdrawn, but when his mouth is closed, it seems to hide it. Fingernails are slightly longer with the cuticles like withdrawing a little bit. But again, features that for the most part are not noticeable unless you're being scrutinized very closely.
I'm just going to tell him you don't need to do this. You can put it down. You can walk away. You don't need to become this.
All right, give me a
This empathy charisma? Oh.
Yeah, it sounds appropriate.
Okay. Also, I'm really good at that.
In this case, your difficulty will be a 6.
Does my specialty trustworthy apply here for charisma?
Sure.
Okay. Difficulties. And that's 4 successes.
That is 4. Would have been more if not for ones.
Oh yeah.
He seems to be struggling, and now that you are close, you recognize this man. He has not freshly crawled himself out of a grave. This guy is. Let's see here.
I will just mention I do have one of my traits is that I have an excellent memory for people I have met and places I have been.
Yes, this guy has a very mundane job in town. What is it? Somebody that you see occasionally, not every day, but you have seen him occasionally. Every few days you might see him, or once a week, or something like that.
Works for the post office.
Mail carrier?
Yeah, mail carrier.
Okay. Yeah, this guy is Steve, a mail carrier. He's like, but something makes me want to.
That something
And
isn't you. You need to be you, not it. Okay?
And yeah, you talk to him, and he seems frozen for a bit and struggling, but eventually he kind of holds his hand out with the hatchet to you, almost like he can't let go.
And I'm gonna go over there and take it from him. And
he does not stop you.
Yep. I'm just gonna throw it away and give him a hug.
Oh, jeez. You're just hugging it out. I love it.
It's like, just like, okay, yeah, this character's gonna live so long.
I'm over there telling everybody to run, and you're just hugging the guy. Okay, that's great. That's a great combo. I love it.
Yeah, and during this process, the person that he was going to hit is no longer anywhere near here. They're running because there's a stand over here with people in it collapsing, and people are starting to rush to that
disaster
help.
Going off in the background, like when you switch to the camera that's pointing at Sarah's face, you just see like disaster and people running and screaming.
Yep.
But she is just tunnel vision on this one guy. She's going to help this one guy, and that's going to be the difference that's made.
All right. Daniel, you were running over there. So I need you, and you can add your mercy value to a strength plus athletics roll.
Please note, we'll all be dying somewhere on like the first floor while he's up on the second floor, hugging out with a little ghost girl that's killing us all.
It's fine.
And in your case, everybody starts with 2 or 3 points of conviction, so you can actually spend some conviction with this roll too.
Or risk conviction, I guess.
Risk conviction, yeah.
Yeah. Are you feeling lucky?
I think that's a question for you, not me. Unless your turn's done.
Yeah, his turn's done. It's your turn.
Oh, yeah, I was going to risk a point of conviction for this, because I think I can only spend up to my mercy score, right?
No, you can spend all of it if you wish. It's just if you botch, you lose all of it regardless of how much you spent. If you fail, you lose what you spent. And if you succeed, you get a point back.
So if I spend all 4, because according to this, my starting conviction's 4. Am I going off of that?
If that's what it says, yeah.
Okay, so if I spend all 4, then I would get 1 back, right?
You
You get 5 back.
you don't
Oh, I get
lose
5
any.
back.
Yeah, if you succeed, you don't lose what you risk, and you gain an
Alright.
additional one.
And this would just be additional dice, correct?
Additional dice, yes. You get to roll your strength
So
plus
I'm
athletics,
I'm
plus
going
your
to spend all 4, and I'm only going to put a point into Actually, I'm going to do what Scaly did. I'm going to do 2.
Okay.
And then, yeah. So 2 points of mercy. That'll put me up to 5 strength. Athletics of 1, 4, 9 dice. Is this a regular roll? Meh.
This, unless you have a specialty that applies to
I do not.
athletics or in your strength. So yeah, regular roll. Difficulty will be a 7.
So variable target number 7,
Yep.
correct? And we're saying this is what, lifting
Strength
debris?
plus athletics.
No. I mean, is the lifting debris, right?
Oh, if you want to write that for your description. Usually description is what you're rolling adding together. But yeah, you can do lifting debris too. For you don't need to do this check.
I
was
got
my empathy
2,
roll.
and one of them is a 10.
Yeah, 10s only matter on specialties, so. But all you need is 1 success for most tasks. So with 2, you succeed. You don't lose any of your conviction. You gain a point back, or gain an additional point. And you lift this debris, and long enough for people to start pulling out these children. And a lot of people look very stunned on the fact that they were having trouble lifting this, and you just pop over here and like super mom. So other people are starting now to move in there and brace it with their shoulders and stuff, just so that you don't drop it. They don't know that you might not. So.
Hey, if you make me have to hold this, it might require another check. So who knows?
No, that'll be enough for the success of rescuing these children.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Carl, you have a person not too far away with a tent pole in their thing, and there's something else that you can grab, or you kind of have this feeling that there might just be something in your hand if you decided to charge this guy and put an end to him, because he seems very intent on reloading this cannon and causing more destruction.
Which is it? I would tend to stalk toward him and grab a convenient weapon. So either a discarded musket or saber on the ground, or the tent pole if it's still conveniently placed. And I'm going to give this guy an accident.
You said give him an accident.
Right in the face. An accident right in the face.
He's going to trip and
This is
fatally fall.
this is when he goes all martyr on us, and he puts stuff into to demand, and suddenly he picks up the cannon and smacks him with it.
So as a last resort, I'll pick up a cannonball and hit him with it.
Oh, Jesus.
So the question is, what's the most convenient?
Well, that's the thing with cleave. Anything that you have to hand can be
No, I'm
charged with
asking
this.
in terms of setting. To you, in your mind, what would be the most convenient for Carl to pick up and grab on his way there?
No, I know. That's what I'm trying to say. Anything can be grabbed, or something can just spontaneously appear in your hand if there's nothing
but
to
he wasn't
grab.
thinking in terms of spontaneous yet.
Well, there's
I'm
no thinking involved with this. This is just an instinctual thing that happens, though.
Jasper's
Along
not
the
thinking
way,
spontaneously yet.
probably one of the cannonballs can be grabbed, because they
That's what
were
he'll do.
scattered around.
He's going to pick up a cannonball in his fist and shove it through the guy's face.
All right. So this thing starts to glow. It is going to let you do This is a Dex plus melee roll.
It should have been the ramrod with, the big soft tip, and he just pops him in the face with it.
Well, no,
and
the
whole thing explodes, the guy's head and the tip.
The person has access to that.
So that's 6 dice or 1 dice plus 6? What do I roll?
Dexterity plus brawl, you roll that many dice. Or, sorry, dexterity plus melee. You roll that many dice. And then he is going to roll a defense, and then we will go from there. You can also risk conviction with this if you wish.
Is it verse 10?
I didn't catch that.
Is it verse 10?
No. This is versus 6.
Okay, so it's versus 6, okay. Really? 0? I put 6 into both fields, so...
You got a 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how the ones work, but okay.
One subtracts successes, yeah.
Okay. So, the 10 minus the 1, okay. Okay.
Do you have 4 dice in either dexterity or melee, though? 4 dots, rather.
No, I have 3 in each, dexterity and melee.
Okay. So yeah, you go over there, you have this cannonball, you pick it up, and it starts to glow. And oddly enough...
He scrabbles out of the way.
Yeah, he scrabbles out of the way, and in the process he's yanking out the pole that had impaled him previously. And Ezekiel. So this target is moving away. Right now there's nobody else to help you, but it is not seeing you. You do see a few other people that you can help to keep it from out of this thing's field of vision.
His invisibility just kind of blocks the vision of other people. That would have been great.
Things that are about to attack him, he becomes invisible to them, and he stays invisible to them until he does something against them or that is very obviously visible.
Okay, so you can just kind of like get other people out of the way as long as you're not acting against it directly.
So that is which one here? Missing which?
That is your...
Yeah, that's the zombie thing.
Yeah, this is the zombie thing that was about to eat you and then is turning around looking for other victims.
All right, yeah. If it's looking like it's heading towards anybody else, then I'm certainly going to try and get them out of the way.
But yeah, you go unnoticed for the remainder of the scene as long as you don't attract attention to yourself. So you can't make physical contact with it or do any blatant acts like jump up and down shouting for attention.
Right,
but
yeah,
you can run
I
around.
would be running directly towards... Yeah, no, I would be running directly towards those other people and trying to get them out of the way.
Yes, that is something you can definitely do. He seems to be stumbling toward... He doesn't seem to be... like focused in on anybody in particular, but it's almost like if he gets within like 15, 20 feet, he then notices them and starts to go towards them. So you can definitely see where he's going towards and where there's some people there and like get them and move them further away and things like that.
Yeah, definitely.
This does not require a roll for this one here. Yeah. Unless there's something you would like to roll to convince other people to help you keep people out of the way. That might be something like empathy.
Or
leadership,
empathy
maybe.
or expression, either way.
Yeah, leadership maybe, and charisma if you want to be nice about it. Or manipulation if you want to be a bit more tricky about it.
Yeah, no, I think it'd definitely be going with the charisma side of things. So, yeah. It'll be... Target was what, 6?
Yes, a 6 for this.
My gosh.
Well, 1 is all you need.
Wow, that's such a big...
No, that's a red 1.
Yeah, that just means you rolled a 1 in your roll.
You have 2 1s, an 8, a 7, and a 7. So
okay.
the 2 1s cancel 2 of the successes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
A single one. Yeah.
It'll have a green box if one of your dice were 10s. It'll have a red box if one of them were 1s. But the number itself is what you're looking for.
Would it say a -1 if it was like a? Would it actually say a -1 or something if it was a?
I mean, if it was 2 1s and 1 and only 1 success, otherwise.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I think it would be 0, because it's counting how many meet the succession number.
Yeah,
the target
so there's
number?
no way to tell if it was a thing on the road over it. Okay.
Yeah, the way to do that would, unless we see an example show up, if it has the red box, then go and look. If it's a red box and a 0, make sure there's no successes and 1s.
Gotcha.
Nobody seems to be paying attention to you. There's too much chaos, but you are definitely still able to keep people out of its view while they're doing this. And you do notice that there seems to be a few other people scattered around that are taking action. Most of the crowd and the bystanders and the enactors don't seem to really notice what's going on. They're more focused with helping the kids out there, or gathering around trying to figure out what's going on. But most of them seem to be helping the others. The ones that seem to have ill intent are going unnoticed by most of the people.
There could be fake fog machines obscuring things.
That too. And there is still a lot of gunpowder smoke in the air from the blanks. Let's see. Now... I'm going to roll for these people that are in hostilities action to see when they go.
You're gonna do a proper initiative order this time around, where you?
Yes.
Okay, just so we have an example of it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So let me clear.
Are we re-rolling initiative for us too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we'll do a full proper turn here. So your wits plus dexterity total number plus 1d10.
Same goddamn lowest roll.
I rolled well.
Oh yeah, that's your second one for initiative. Dang.
Yeah. I mean, I do have a +6, so it's already going to be.
Oh, we're doing
I feel like
again.
I have the high. I think I have the highest modifier so far for everybody. So
you do, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we roll 4, 5, or 6. You've got the 6. And they're also a 6.
No, but I'm still faster.
I'm going to have to look up how to do an initiative macro for these.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely not something we want to be doing manually every time.
Oh, like at
Not
least
at
with
all.
like a token target or something, like targeting the token or whatever.
Yeah, I can do a macro because there's got to be ways to actually target certain attributes on the sheet.
I think there is. Yeah.
Right, Kody, what'd you get?
What did I get for 13?
Daniel, what'd you get?
Arca.
You might be muted.
Arca. He got
looks
a
like
10. Yeah, he got a 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a 10. I apologize. And so did sorry.
Sarah.
11.
And Ezekiel?
Ezekiel? Jesse?
Hold on, I see.
Oh,
an
there
8.
it is. An 8. Yep.
And Carl's got a 6. Okay. All right. So Carl is going to declare first.
Right. Stagger back upright and lunge forward and try to hit him again.
Okay, so you're gonna go for the attack. Ezekiel, you are.
This time, do I have to declare the conviction now, or when I actually roll?
When you roll, you declare
Okay.
that. Ezekiel, you are still helping people. Do you want to try to convince somebody else to try to help?
Yes.
Okay.
But somebody who's close by.
Okay. 2 acts a bit faster than you. 2 is probably going to do a like a search roll or something like that to see if there's somebody nearby that you might miss. And 3 over there is going to, with the tent pole in hand, attack at this pesky interloper. Daniel Myers, what are you going to be doing? The kids are saved here at this point. So you can go help others. You can attempt to assist Ezekiel, who seems to be moving people out of the notice or range of this dead thing.
Did we lose it? Did he fall asleep on?
I don't know.
Still on the call. But,
Oh, I'm just. My
oh,
question was
he
going to
just
be.
hit BRB 3 minutes ago. Okay.
Oh, did he? Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right.
I didn't see it.
It was in the Discord.
It's in Discord. It's in Discord.
I can't see Discord.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So he's going to be back in a little bit.
Okay. So, anyways,
I'm back.
Did I
Oh, you're back.
notice?
Oh, he's back. Perfect timing.
Do I notice that there's something off about number 2?
Yes, you notice something off about number 2 that seems to be searching for a victim, while you also notice the doctor over there trying to keep victims out of sight.
Okay, well, if the kids are clear and whatnot, I'm probably just gonna like take a 2x4 or something like that and just walk over there and just smack that thing.
Okay, so you're going to go on the offensive with the dead thing.
Well, but I'm not I'm not planning on taking the cleave ability. This is just going to be straight up. Still, I guess, would demand still be going?
Let me see. If it is a scene or a... No, it's one action. So you would have to do it again for the next action.
All right. Yeah, I'd probably go up to hurt because.
And in your
Damn this
case,
thing.
you would wait until you actually hit it because it's adding to your strength.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so you're gonna go attack that thing, Sarah.
All right. So what Sarah's gonna do is she's gonna, look around at the devastation that has been happening while she's been distracted, assuming that she's dealt with Mike here for now. Number one. He's gonna home in on
Steve.
number
His
2.
name was Steve. You don't even know his name.
Yeah, it
Steve.
was
There it was.
Steve.
There it was. Okay,
What's wrong
Steve.
with
There
you?
it is. Lots of things. Uh, and she is going to just notice him looking for people, and she is going to plant herself in his way and expect him to stop. And I'm also going to be picking up defenders, get the ward, and I'm going to be using that.
Ward, okay. And then that leaves us with Kody.
Oh, it sounds like 2 of them are going to go over there.
Well, I don't even know if I've noticed one.
Yeah, no, one didn't do anything. One
is now just
has been saved.
I don't know what is he just kind of standing there in a daze at the moment? With one?
No,
the guy
he is at the moment looks like he is going to attempt to assist in calming people down or getting out of danger.
Oh, he's helping.
Yeah, he is helping.
Okay, good. So yeah, 1 is not important.
Hey, everyone's important. Even Mike or Steve or whatever his name was.
Billy. It's going to
Ed.
change every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Is the chaos around the cannon largely on
There,
anybody else?
over by the cannon, there are 2 people seeming to fight over who gets to load the cannon with a cannonball.
But nobody else.
No.
Okay. I will run closer to it and just draw my gun in case if someone tries to load that cannon, and I'm going to shoot the person loading the cannon.
Okay. So you are basically going to delay.
Yeah,
if somebody
I don't know
attempts
if
to act, you can try to interrupt them.
Yeah, that's basically the idea. I want to interrupt them trying to load the cannon if they attempt to do so. So, because I wasn't really paying attention to know which one was what, so I don't know who is who. Sorry, I don't plan on shooting you, Carl.
All right.
Unless Carl starts loading a cannon. Yeah.
Don't do that, Carl.
Sarah, you are going to go over here and attempt to
Ward, which I'm going to need to go stamina plus zeal. My zeal is going to be 1. I'm going to risk a point of conviction on this. I'm riding high after my first success, so I believe in myself right now, unfortunately. Should just be, I believe, target 6. I will double check that. Yep, difficulty 6. Yep. All right. So I've got Ward 2. So now monsters cannot approach within 1 yard of me.
Okay. And were you going and putting yourself in the path of?
Yeah, I'm
that one over there.
I'm gonna go ahead and plant myself in the path of number 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna get his attention, and I'm just going to stand there and cross my arms, and he's not going to get any closer.
All right, he gets to roll stamina.
A monster already within the area gets a stamina roll immediately. They need to get more than 2 successes on a stamina roll to approach me. That's what it is.
Trying to see what's the difficulty on that. It's probably a
I
default
believe just
6
6,
then.
same as I think just 6 because that's difficulty of my roll. So
Bravely say, "This man is not going to eat me." Good job.
I'm sure this blind faith in my own abilities will in no way bite me in the ass. This blind faith in my own abilities has bitten me in the ass.
Yes.
Yes, you expect him to stop, and he, seeing a victim, because that's what he was going to look for, is going to attempt to grapple you. So this will be Dex plus Brawl. And you can default to a defense. Since you did not declare multiple actions, you would be at -3 dice.
-3 dice. Okay.
Yeah,
Double check
-2 for it being the second action, and then -1 more, or -2 for having 2 actions, and then -1 for being the second.
Okay. Let's see. And if I don't do that, then I just get hit by the grapple.
Yeah, if he succeeds on his roll.
Okay, which is he's just going to be rolling against a flat difficulty, so he's definitely easily going to get that. All right, I'll go ahead and attempt to do a bluster defense. I see that he is moving closer than I expected him to, and I'm going to try to get him to stop. So I'm just going to yell, "No, stop!" And I am going to do bluster.
He could still use like
wits plus
willpower
mercy
or whatever, right? Or conviction, whatever is candy.
I could use. I think only once per scene.
Yeah, once per scene you can risk it.
Which I already did that and didn't quite work out.
What about the willpower? Is that the same thing? I don't know.
Willpower can't be rolled on edges.
Okay.
I could roll it on a normal dodge, but a normal dodge I would have -1 die starting. So so I'm just going to go ahead and roll 2 dice on my bluster, and that'll be as good as I can get. Which is difficulty just 6 for a defense?
Yes, difficulty 6, and typically resisted against the appropriate attack roll made by the enemy.
Well, I got a great roll there.
Oh wow.
So yeah, that'll be 2 dice opposed to whatever is.
So
he stops.
Yeah, you're puffing yourself up.
Now, he is not held at bay for the duration of the scene by my ward, which would be ideal, but he is not going to eat me right now.
Right. He can, however, move on and try to get somebody else. But not this time. Daniel, you are taking a 2x4 from the rubble, walking over there to attack number 2. He does not have...
actually, I'm going to go ahead. Seeing it try to attack Sarah is going to make me angry. So I'm going to go ahead and spend my 3rd point into Zeal and get Cleave. And I'm just going to yell, "Get off," and try to cleave it.
Okay.
Do I take a penalty for not having a skill?
No, you just don't get dice for it. What, do you not have melee?
I do not have melee.
Yep, so you just don't add dice. It's dexterity.
Yeah, and I can't spin 2 edges at the same time, right?
No. 1 edge at a time.
Yeah, so this would just be cleave. I couldn't throw in demand with it. Alright, so this will be dexterity. Oh boy.
He does not have a defense declared though, so whatever you roll will be what you roll.
Yeah, well, Sarah, if I hit you by accident, I apologize.
Understandable. This is my own fault.
Target number 6.
Yes. You can spend a willpower on the attack roll, since the attack roll itself is mundane.
So that would be an automatic success, right?
Yes, in addition to what you roll.
Okay, yeah, I'm spending a point of willpower. How do I do that? That would be that. No.
You just mark off a dot.
Yeah, I did, but I accidentally hit the third one, so it was like all of them gone. No. That will be 2 successes because I spent a point of willpower.
All right, so 1 carries over to the damage. The damage on a 2x4. Let's look this up. Where is equipment on this thing?
Weapon table 198. Count this as a club. That'll be strength +2.
And then cleave lets you add
Another +2.
Yeah, another +2.
Yep. So strength +5. 1 for the carryover, +2 for the club, +2 for the cleave.
So 5 plus. Do I need to roll or?
Yeah. You roll your strength dice and
Oh boy.
+5 more. So
Okay,
whatever
I'm
that
glad I
total
didn't
is.
miss, Sarah.
Why? What's your natural strength?
3.
So you're
So this
rolling
is 8
dice.
Okay.
And what's the target number?
6.
Ah.
4, and this counts as lethal damage to it. And I don't know if it gets to soak lethal damage. So it is going to take 4 lethal damage, and that is going to
Hopefully ruin this day.
this one, yes. This one here, the 2x4 begins to glow as it smashes into this thing, and upon hitting, it basically it wouldn't explode. It like sears the target here, and there is this horrible stench of burning flesh, and then the dead soldier falls dead again.
I am confused.
Yeah, that's fair.
About why this dead soldier was not dead to begin with?
Oh, it's on many levels here. We got a step system going on here. It's like, how did I lift up all that weight? How did I just club this guy and smelled burning flesh? Why is he now dead? Again.
Yes, there is that. All right, let's see. Number 3 has this makeshift pole and is going to attack Carl. Carl is going to attack them. So, Carl, you can default to a defense if you wish.
Okay, so if I default to a dive, I need to roll willpower against a 6, and then I need to roll defense against a 6, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, dodge plus dexterity against a 6, right?
Yep. With -3 dice. You can also spend a point of willpower to not have to roll it, but you can roll it first.
-3 to which roll?
-3 to your defense roll. And then also
Okay.
when it comes, if you choose to forego your attack, you don't have the penalty because you'll only be doing one action. If you wish to keep your attack, you would be now defaulting to a second action, which would be -3 to your defense. Or no, -2 to your defense. You'd be -3 to your attack because that's your secondary at that point.
Okay, so I'm going to roll willpower.
Okay.
Full mod of 0, right? Difficulty
Right.
6, right?
And anytime you roll willpower, you roll against your value, not your current rating.
5 successes.
So you can definitely default to a defense. Or
Which would have been nice for the defense roll, but. Okay, so I'm going to roll defense and try to keep my attack. So I
so you'd
got
be at
a
-2 dice.
dodge of 2 and a dexterity of 3. So I'm at -2, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 dice. And that's a normal roll, not a specialty roll, right?
Correct. And because you don't have 4 dots in any of those.
There we go. 3 dice.
And then let me roll its attack as well.
Yeah, got 2, did it say?
Yeah,
Yes, you got 2. So
Okay.
he got 3, so he hits you. He gets no extra damage for carryover, though.
Okay.
And this is going to be bashing damage, which you can soak with stamina.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody would have armor at this point. So it was
Okay,
strength
that's
+2 for a makeshift club.
For soaking, I just roll versus 6, 2 dice for damage.
He does no damage to you. You don't even have to soak. It's a glancing blow.
Okay. Okay, so then I'm up in terms of attacking.
Not yet.
And I'm going.
Ezekiel. No? Well, Ezekiel, you can roll for convincing other people to help. Unless you wish to do some. No, because that's what you declared.
Yeah, no.
And you can't attack number 2 without ruining your invisibility.
Right.
Well, also 2's dead, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
2 fell down again.
Two is dead, dead again. Billy Crystal can't even say he's mostly dead. He all dead.
I'm sure the coroner will have a fun time of when did he die? A couple hundred years ago,
past.
actually. A few decades ago.
Let's go with old age. Yeah, that sounds right.
So yeah, you don't have to convince anybody anymore because there's no danger yet here. 1 is no longer a danger. He is actually assisting as well. 3 is the only other target. So let's move over to Carl then. You get your attack this time at -3 now.
Okay. So I'm going to spend conviction. So let's go with 2 points of conviction.
You would do that on the damage roll, not the attack roll.
You sure? That's okay.
Yeah, because
okay.
Attacking is the mundane part of it. Your cleave is on damage.
Okay.
You can spend a point of willpower for an extra automatic success on the attack, though.
Successes for thud.
All right. So with cleave, you're rolling strength plus, let's see, 1 damage carry over, +2 for cleave, +2 for the club. So strength +5.
Okay. No penalties? Do I add
No
2 for the
penalties.
conviction?
Plus, 2 more for the conviction if you wish to risk your conviction.
Risk it. What is it risk?
If you don't roll any damage, you lose the points.
But if you succeed, you get it back +1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll risk it. And it's versus 6 again?
Yes.
Fatal for Thud.
Alright, and that is lethal damage, which it can't soak. So 3 collapses.
Oh, look. He slipped and fell on a cannonball.
It is not destroyed. It still seems to be not active. It's not active. It's unconscious at the moment, so it's no longer a threat. This one, however, does not look like a dead zombie. It looks semi-translucent from a distance, but right now it looks like Mabel, who happens to work at the diner.
Oh no! Did you just kill Mabel?
Wait, number 2 looks like Mabel or number 3?
No, number three.
3.
Looks like
Oh, okay.
Mabel.
So I accidentally almost not killed Mabel.
Well, that depends on what you do with the cannonball, because if you like drop it right now, you're dropping it right on her head.
As long as you don't try to load the cannon, because then I'm gonna shoot you.
And yeah, now that this has stopped, the second sight, there's no more threats, so the scene for the most part is over. The second sight fades, and she does not look semi-translucent like she did before. In fact, she looks very out of place in this makeshift uniform that doesn't even fit her, so it's hard that nobody else noticed that she was here, because she does not fit in with the reenactment at all.
I guess I'll put my gun away and approach then to check on her.
She's got a massive bruise on the side of her head, but she's breathing.
I guess I'll look up at Carl. Well, yeah, hit her good.
Carl kind of
Okay.
shrugs. Carl kind of shrugs, sort of like to say, like, huh?
Well,
It
let's
happens.
not forget about the stab wound, too. You did impale her with a flag.
Nicked her
Hit her with a
flag.
pole, so probably got a bruise somewhere or a broken rib.
I guess I'll call for an ambulance, I suppose.
They probably have one on scene just for.
Oh, they probably do. Yeah. So I'll wave the. I would probably know where the ambulance is, so I'll wave them over.
They're probably very busy with the kids right now.
Yeah, right now
the
on-site medical personnel, and they are pretty much volunteers. There's not really an ambulance here, but the EMTs that drive the ambulance are on site, and they're over with the kids, checking on them, making sure there's nobody hurt there. Conveniently enough, there doesn't seem to be anybody nearby the dead corpse. Ivy and her daughter aren't in the stands. You don't know exactly where they are, but the stands themselves are emptied out.
Okay. I guess I'll do what I can to patch up the bleeding. I have some medical knowledge. He went to medical school. He could do it. He didn't pass medical school, but he went to medical school.
Anyway, that's how I lost my medical license.
Hey, he can do basic first aid, okay? At least until do something. At least until actual medical services can get here. So I don't know what that would mean.
That would probably be medicine and
wits,
I think.
since we're kind of in a tough situation.
Yeah, the difference between wits and intelligence mostly seems to be how much pressure you're under while you're doing it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. And what's the number?
6. Yeah, stop the bleeding is wits. Oh no. Oh,
What?
intelligence or wits. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Well, I am.
You figure out how to put the blood back in.
My medical knowledge is. Oh wait, I remember this is like literally in one of my classes. It's perfect. I like do just patching it up. I take the flag off the flagpole and use it to help bandage it.
Yep. The you manage to bind her wound. And then at this point in the confusion, because all of the enactors are now starting to come out to figure out what was going on, the kids are saved. You get a quick glimpse of who was out here helping you, but in the now chaos of the aftermath, you guys kind of lose sight of each other. Ivy comes running up to you. We got to get out of here. They're evacuating. The police are starting to show up.
Yep. I just give a nod to Carl, who I don't know if he's still there or not. She'll be
Oh,
fine.
he's probably back in his truck already.
Okay, yeah. Then I just make sure that the medical people grab the girl first before I go, and I'll leave after that.
Yeah. So, in the does anybody have anything they wish to do before ending this scene?
I was going to actually just be like, my action would be like, ask Sarah if she was okay, and then be like, okay, cool, and then just kind of wander off back to my car, and I'll pull like another notepad that I carry in my trunk. I have notepads all over the place,
Yep.
so it's like I pull out another notepad and I start writing the story of not necessarily, oh well, I just beheaded some dead man, but I'm going to put a curve on it where it's like a different type of twist, like lack of safety apparent at recent reenactment.
So you're doing notes on that, okay? So besides
no, I mean a bleacher collapsing and kids getting injured.
Right, but you're not going to write that here at the scene.
Right. As I said, I'm like sitting in my car scribbling mad.
So, I do have a question.
Yes.
I would take a glance at the supposed dead thing that I recognized as dead at the time when I walked by him once. What does he look like now?
He looks like a in a not super decomposed uniform. It looks like a corpse. It looks like if to a rational person somebody went and exhumed a corpse and put it in a uniform, or it had been recently, or at least the uniform itself had been recently buried. The uniform look does not match the age of the corpse itself. But yes, it looks as, and after, in the next day or two, that is what the police are reporting, the fact that they found it looks like, and they're looking for a suspect on who went to the cemetery and exhumed a corpse and thought it would be a nice prank to throw at this thing to dress a corpse up in the uniform during the enactment.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, because it is too long dead to have been something that recently happened.
Oh, he's gonna have nightmares. Okay.
I have the nightmares flaw. But yeah, she's going to do a lot of like immediate freaking out to watching someone being clubbed to death in front of her, and then some looking at the body and possibly more freaking out over the fact that seems like it's been dead for a while, and then she's gonna go just like she's gonna go think for a while.
And you can't hold that on me, okay? I just returned to cinder on him, okay? I beat him to death. He was already dead.
I'm just traumatized. I would have been more traumatized if it, broke my arm and ate me, but
and that's the
I'm
thing.
still traumatized from this.
In the coming days, it's like, was it really up and moving around? It was obviously dead, this thing here, for at least a few decades, right? Was it really up and moving around? There's that doubt starting to go through.
Somebody had it on strings.
Is there like a really awkward like Tuesday when Steve comes to deliver my mail?
Yes, and Steve is acting like nothing happened outside of that awkward greeting of "here's your mail." He looks fine. Nothing seems wrong about him.
Okay. I mean, I'm probably going to like ask him some slightly probing questions, try to get him play. Everything all right with you? You've been like stressed out.
Let's see.
You want to roll? You want to roll dice for this? I have several relevant.
Roll me, I think. What is the right one? Subterfuge plus manipulation to get a read on him.
Okay. I am approachable.
Or empathy.
Okay. Oh, empathy? Okay.
Yeah, empathy.
Manipulation, empathy?
Yeah, manipulation, empathy. Manipulation, empathy.
Okay. I reduce the difficulty of any empathy rolls involving other people by 2. And reduce the difficulty of all apparent friendly social roles that involve people talking to your character by 2. Wait, do those stack? Is the difficulty of this just down from 6 to 2? Maybe I shouldn't have both of those. But
what are the 2 relevant?
Approachable and good listener.
And those are backgrounds.
Those are merits.
Oh, okay.
Merits from the merit flaw thing.
I don't have that one open yet. Let's find it. Because they might stack.
I mean, maybe the difficulty of this roll is just a 2.
Approachable and
good listener.
So this would be 1 for approachable.
Okay. Good to know.
And good listener. Yeah, this isn't necessarily a friendly social role.
All right. Okay. So he doesn't really want to open up. All right. So yeah, manipulation plus empathy with a difficulty of 5.
Yeah.
That's a -1.
Oh, see, there you go. They do show the -1.
Yep. -1.
It is not a botch though, because you did have a success.
Yes.
So yeah,
okay.
you don't really get a read on him. It's almost like he doesn't remember, so he's not bringing up what happened. He's not mentioning it. He's not referring to it. If you like infer anything that had happened, he seems confused about it.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'll just take my mail and let it drop. Then I guess.
Yeah. You don't get the sense that he's trying to be deceptive about it, whether he is or not, but.
Mm-hmm.
So you now have the Albert Einstein quote going through your head. Am I one thing that drives me crazy? Is it me or everyone else that's hazy?
And also in the next few days, Mabel is back. the first person that sees her, she has healed from her bruise a lot faster than she probably should have, but that's the only thing that stands out. For the most part, she's at the diner again.
A lot of people asking her questions and stuff.
I'm sorry, what?
Are there a lot of people asking her questions, like police, reporters, that sort of thing?
No.
Okay, then immediately Carl, in the next couple of days, is going to start looking for an opportunity to murder her.
Oh.
Okay.
So he's going to go home, play with this new glowy ability until he realizes he can do something with it, and now he's going to start looking for an opportunity to murder the fuck out of her.
Okay.
That's always a good thing.
That can probably be like one of the goals of our next session.
I think I will. I think Kody will trap himself in a room for a couple of days with classical music to try to drive the images out of his brain. That's probably what he'll be doing for the first.
Yeah, there's probably going to be a few days here of some of you at least in that what happened, what's going on type of thing. And then we will deal with that with our first full session.
Yeah. He's trying to figure it out.
Actually, no.
There's
we will jump ahead for this. So at some point, Mabel will disappear. We'll probably jump ahead a month, so you guys can spend your freebie points now.
Oh, right, that's right. How many did we have?
20.
Was it 20?
I think it's 21.
Was it 20?
Yeah, I think
it's
21 plus if you had any merits, you get that many extra points, minus any that flaws or. Sorry.
Yeah, those bad.
If you had any flaws, you get extra bonus points. If you had any merits, you spend those too.
And attributes would cost 5, right? Was that what it was?
On freebies?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, where's that chart at? Yeah, an attribute is 5 dots per point, 5 points per dot. Abilities are 2 points per dot. Backgrounds are 1. Willpower you can raise at a 1. Conviction you can also spend 1 point per dot, but the most you can start out at is 8.
Okay, so that's 2. That's 5. Okay, and you said 21? Is that how many points
21.
Interesting. And we'll get 3 to spend on our stuff, on our virtues stuff, right?
Yeah, you have 3 points to spread around your virtues, minus any that you've already determined.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do the full 3 in vision, because the third ability, that ability is awesome.
Well, remember, it's
you have to
1
go
point
chronologically.
for the first one.
What?
It's 1 point for the first one, 2 points for the second one.
Then I would have already spent my 2. Oh no, wait. Yeah, if I did. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the mercy score can go, or the scores can go all the way up to 10, and the reason why is because it's 1, 2, which is 3, 3 is 6, 4 is 10, and 5 is actually there's a trick
special.
To 5.
Okay, so I don't get the second ability unless I put all 3 points into it. Is that what you're telling me?
Right.
This is 3 past the starting virtues?
No.
This is the virtue. Yeah, the starting virtue.
It said I started with a 3 in Zeal, so I put 3 in Zeal. I don't know.
I just didn't put the points into it yet. That's all I was telling.
I didn't put any points. I just marked it at 3. Couldn't I not have?
No, you're fine.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
Nothing should have said you had 3 in Zeal. You have 3 points to spread between Zeal, Mercy, or Vision.
Right. You have 3 points to spread between the virtues.
Not what I read. I don't know where I read it, though. So, okay.
I think the only thing that says right away that you start with 3 or something of that nature is
might be conviction.
Conviction based on
Yeah, you get starting conviction based off of the type of creed you have.
Right.
Yeah, like Martyr has
my starting
4.
conviction was supposed to be 4, which I put in, which I now have a 5 from that roll that I made before. So, but it's also said I started with a 3 in zeal, so I put 3 in zeal. So I don't know. I guess I'll take that 3 back and redistribute it, I guess, and put 2 points in it.
Yeah, if you wish to.
Wait, what? Sorry, someone.
Yeah, because I don't. On the Avenger page itself, the only thing is imbuing, character creation, starting conviction 4. Nothing about 3 in zeal.
I'll look into it. Don't worry about it.
And everybody has a starting willpower of 3.
Okay.
And then if you're
Okay,
using...
I messed that up too. I have a 5 somehow. I don't know why. I was just following what I read, so I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where you read it from, so I can't see what's... There might be a typo somewhere or something. But if your freebie points take you into 4s, choose a specialty, whether that's attribute or abilities. And yes, with edges, having 1 dot in a virtue gets you access to the first point. In order to get the second level edge, you then have to have 3 dots total in your virtue.
Right, okay.
And while you can have multiple edges in the same virtue, for instance, zeal, you can have defense, judgment, or vengeance. Your primary has to be higher. Nothing can be higher than your primary. You can match. So in theory, if you have 3 points in zeal, you can have the 1 point vengeance, 1 point judgment, 1 point avenger. But nothing can go to 2 until your primary goes to 2.
All right.
Okay, I understand.
That's the simplest way. No edge can be higher than your primary virtue edge.
Yeah, I got that part. So do I want another one? What else would fit if I wanted another one? Just didn't really get to do. There was a couple of options there.
I just need to pick a couple specializations.
Poor Kody's gonna have himself a mental breakdown. Doesn't know what's reality and what isn't. You messed with his head.
Let's see. Yeah, and at some point, probably Sarah is going to go talk to Daniel about what happened. That's like one of the 2 people she knows was involved. I'm not sure if she noticed Ezekiel. And,
I'll be right back. Hold on 1 moment.
Yeah. Bye, Jesse. Sarah was in the field with me, right? At one point. You were hugging the guy, right?
Yes. I'm not sure if anyone but me ever noticed that he was ever going to do anything bad. But
yeah, I did because I saw the axe.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah. Then I saw you hug him. So yeah. So we would have seen each other because the field was largely empty at some point towards the end there. So we were like when we were both breaking away.
Daniel is the one I saw. Like clearly, he was interacting with the supernatural things I saw.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I was just clearing out a crowd, so you probably didn't.
Yeah. Like that's that's like in the makes sense category for Sarah right now. But if you approach her and said, "Hey, weird shit happened," then she would believe you.
Yeah. What would I do? What is another good one?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What's another good one?
Sorry, I was seeing if I wanted to go full on vision for the virtues or do something, mix it up a little bit. I don't know yet.
Well, remember that vision only has one field, so.
I'm aware, yes.
You could go with judgment.
Oh, that's good. Give him another visionary ability. Or vision base.
That was the discern one, right? But isn't that similar to my second level vision ability? I think that's why I was like not sure.
Well, discern each
not
one of them.
quite.
Like I have one. My second level is like witness or something. Well, it's not witness.
Did you not
but
notice?
I notice how their attachment to humanity is. Like if it's a vampire, I would notice that his attachment is to people or whatever. His ghoul. Whereas you would see a vampire and be like, hey, he might have a problem with running water with judgment discern. I can't remember what the hell visionary is. You might actually see how he became one, for all I know.
No, the visionary is called pinpoint. It says gives the character insight into weaknesses of supernatural creature. Sometimes the information comes from in a form of vision. Other times it's a simple intuition. The character just knows what can hurt this particular creature, basically. So like I could look at a vampire and know what would harm that particular a vampire at that moment, just looking at it.
Hey, Owen, question. Freebie points. Is it the new... it's not the same way that you do spend experience points, right? It's not
No.
it's if I increase a attribute up from 2 to 3, it costs 5 points, right?
Yep, costs 5 points whether you're doing it from 2 to 3 or 4 to 5.
Yeah.
So I am increasing some things to 4 with these points.
That's what I'm doing too. Discern. Character exhibits a hyper alertness to supernatural creatures. It's a perspective that allows her to perceive things that are unknown that she could not. You might notice the hand laid on the deck leaves no heat. Okay, so this is like more. Okay, this is slightly different. Cannot be blinded, even eyes closed, utter darkness.
Ignore the charts I'm posting in Discord. I'm using that so that I can get images to put on the table.
Oh, okay, let's see. Second sight reveals creatures behind. Okay, actually, this. Yeah.
Also, everybody for tonight can have 3 experience points.
Ooh, fancies.
Now go read how to use experience, and if you aren't going to have a mental breakdown from all the horrible things that just happened to you, you will after reading the experience points rules.
No, there's a chart in the handouts. In order to gain an ability you don't have at all, it costs 3 points to get 1 dot. After that, it's like Shadowrun.
21 starter points and 3 experience.
I'm sorry, what?
So we have to spend 21 starter points and 3 experience?
Yeah, do the freebie points first.
And then if you want to spend the 3 XP, you can.
And the chart for that was on what page?
If you want the quick one, that is page 86, which is freebie point costs. It's in the quick one, which is attributes 5 points, abilities 2 points, backgrounds 1 point, willpower 1 point, and conviction 1 point to a maximum of 8. If you want the longer description, it was page 85 in the book or page 86 on the PDF.
Yeah. Question.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the discern ability under judgment, and then but kind of looking at pinpoint on the vision one. I mean, I could clearly see there's some differences, but I feel like I guess it's not overlap, but I don't know. Like, it's one of those things. Like,
All
it's
right.
like
So discern was which one?
judgment. So first ability on judgment. It's not really overlap. You just learn slightly different things, I guess, with them. But I feel like it might be redundant a little bit. Short of the blinding, which obviously would be useful.
Hold on. Let me finish getting these charts so I can
do your
get
thing.
my page, and then I'll look.
Yeah, do your thing. I guess I should give myself some points.
Yeah, freebie points, the longer version is on page 95 or 96 on the thing and goes into page
Okay, I think I know where I got
97.
confused. So I was doing step 4, choose advantages, and I chose 5 points of background. So I put 2 points of resources, 2 points in contact, 1 point in Patreon. And then it says 3 bubbles of virtue. Well, it says virtues 3. So I put my 1 virtue of zeal to 3.
Okay.
That's where I got that impression.
Question for you, Ag. I do have a couple of freebie points left over. Did you? I mean, I can spend them in other places. Did you want me to put a point into fame?
Into what now?
Fame, the background fame. Because I'm a reporter.
I guess it depends on how famous of a reporter you want to be. Right?
I guess it depends how often your name is on the article that gets published, I guess.
Yeah.
There is that.
I mean, if you're, hiding your name, then and it's not likely to come up and you're hiding your family, connections, probably not.
I mean, for example, level 1, you're a regular at a certain club or the host of a cable access show.
Right. You can be a good reporter that nobody knows about.
Okay.
People can read articles without ever knowing who's writing them, for instance. So that's up to you, I think.
Yeah, and speaking of which, what skill or what attribute are you going to be attaching to writing, or in this case, it's expression for writing?
Yeah, expression.
Yeah, but what attribute? I can't figure it out because I'm like, it wouldn't be, even though talents are technically physical.
No, not necessarily. Expression would probably be intelligence.
Okay.
Or perception. But I can look at it up, but I need to do these real quick.
Oh no, I was just trying because the thing of it was is I was like I wanted to roll the dice on the skill check to see how good my article was because if it's complete trash, then we know what happens over the coming days. I'm going to be like, oh.
Okay, so spending the freebie points, it's 5 per bubble in attributes, and you said 2 per bubble in talent, skills, and knowledges?
Correct.
And is there any limit to the top that they can be raised? Like, can I raise strength to 5?
If you have enough points to go up to 5, yeah, you can. Nothing can exceed 5, and the only other limitation is conviction can't go above 8.
Don't confuse me. Please don't add things to what I'm asking. Okay, then the next thing I would have to ask is, for those that have played this before, is there any recommendations for things that would be advantageous to be flushed out at the point of spending freebies that are usually neglected when spending the initial points? Like, is there something that be useful to raise at that point to make sure that you got, like for example, okay, Call of Cthulhu. If you don't have spot hidden and run, you're kind of an idiot. So, is there anything it'd be kind of important to have? Okay, I guess nothing's a good sign.
I've never played this before.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess that was to Arca.
Yeah, the thing of it is as I said, Hunter has always been its own special little monkey. But what I was going to say is if you are going to be the physical type character, then you want to definitely invest into physical type skills because that's where you're going to get A, the most bonuses, B, as has been pointed out, if you go above 4, you get specialties, which allows 10s to reroll. Because this is just like Shadowrun, okay? The more dice you're throwing, the better your chances of succeeding.
Okay, so like my melee, which is now a 3, probably makes a lot of sense to raise it to a 4 as an Avenger, so I get the rerolls, right?
If it's in the specialty of whatever melee skill you take, like, if you take a melee skill and do swords,
Oh,
and you're swinging
specialization.
a sword. Specialization, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like just a special role, not a specialization. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I misspoke.
Okay.
I apologize.
So, like, if I were to, like, become an axe murderer, like, I still think of the Kids in the Hall sketch for that. So if I were to become an axe murderer, like, having an axe specialty would be useful, and it would be, at that point, I would need a 4 in melee.
Yes, if your goal is to specialize in axes, then yes.
Okay.
But one skill I can always say that's always useful. There are a couple of skills that are always useful to just throw points into, just so you have one. Awareness, dodge. I'm trying to think of.
I also have
Intuition.
intuition, and I have intuition as
Alertness.
well. Awareness,
Alertness and intuition.
Yeah, I got those. And I got 2 points of intimidation, so I'm thinking of raising a few of those.
But dodge is always that useful skill just because of the fact that
I
sometimes
know.
you just can't get there.
Right.
It might be useful to be able to get out of the way though.
And in
Understood.
this case, I don't know if it would make sense for the apartment manager axe murderer, but a cult.
Or like spend, yeah, like yeah.
Um,
Especially if you start digging into it, this might be something
I never
useful.
saw him as an occult person.
Yeah,
I'm not
I don't
picturing.
think it would be useful for him, but somebody in the group should
Yeah,
have it.
Carl is more of a. He grew up with the sensation that somebody was messing with the rules behind the scenes and needs to pay.
Maybe security
Um,
for also monitoring the security systems of the apartment, but also knowing
already,
how to
already
bypass
at a
things.
point. I already have a point in that, and a point in politics.
Yeah, I'm dropping a point into a cult just because
Yeah.
I figure that's what I'm going to be doing after the fact.
Okay. I have not chosen stealth though. That's something I was kind of curious about, Joe.
Does he like to sneak up on his victims, or?
He's turning into American Psycho. That's
no,
what he's turning into.
I picture Carl's to kind of be like the surprise kind of person. The I was kind of wondering, like, in terms of like stealth, when you're picturing stealth in this game, are we going to be doing it all together like we did in Earthdawn, or is it going to be a little more broken up?
I have not looked into group roles. It might be something like the if there's a group of you, the lowest person's dice pool matters plus like one per thing or something, but I haven't looked into it yet.
I actually don't. I mean, I'm not saying there aren't rules out there for them, but I don't remember there being rules out there for group checks, so to speak.
Yeah.
I know you can pool resources. Oh, damn it. That was the other thing that we forgot, Scaly, because we actually talked about this last session. Pooling resources. Did we want to put aside points for certain things? Blah, blah, blah.
Like a group background check?
Yeah, because some of the backgrounds, it says that you can combine them, like arsenals and stuff like that.
I don't think anyone here would have an access to Arsenal quite yet. I don't think. Right?
I don't know. Our friggin' apartment manager
Maybe
is going that way.
Maybe he goes home, spend some freebie points on building an arsenal.
Dude's going to open up the trunk of his car. It's going to be like Predator 2 with Danny Glover's trunk, where it's just all these different fucking firearms in the damn thing. The hell?
That was a good scene.
Or what? Was it Supernatural? The fucking car they had? I remember there was something about that trunk.
Oh, Joe, for a research specialty, could I take like this town's history as like my specialty?
Let me see.
The recommendations are like specific topic is the first one there, which is slightly broad.
Yeah, my academic specialty was going to be literature. I didn't see an issue with that.
I would say that the town of Sunrise is a specific topic.
All right.
It's about to be.
Or, a specific aspect of the history, like if you wish to do family lines, that would be a specific topic. Or, what would be another one? Something like city hall records or property assessments. Each of those would be specific topics. So general history would be a specific general topic.
Okay. I'll go with genealogy, I guess, then, because that would be like for tracking any kind of family connections and family lines, and then, yeah, I mean, if I'm going to be specialized beyond just like, I guess, yeah, specializing in the town where the entire campaign is going to be taking place, its history seems a bit excessive, but yeah, all right.
Hey Joe, I'm going to go ahead and spend my 3 experience on melee.
Okay.
Shocking. And I will never learn to dodge. As long as I can talk, I will never need to dodge.
Oh, is that how you think that's going to work?
I can just tell people no. They cannot
Lord.
hit you unless you agree.
Yeah, except when you come across something that has the same ability as you and tells you to shut up.
Well, then we'll have
stronger.
a problem.
No. You'll have a problem.
Don't worry, we'll be fine. We'll figure it out. He's got the word thing too, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, there is that. The funny thing is I was actually planning on doing the exact same thing he did, and he just beat me to it. I was like, yeah, but didn't that thing try to eat her? So yeah, that pissed me off. I'm gonna hit him.
I mean, the
yeah.
war. I'm glad we went with the extraordinary violence there. That was probably necessary. I'm not sure Sarah was going to do what was needed in that situation.
Well, to be perfectly honest, as I said, I hit the guy, and I'm like, as I said, there are many steps to my confusion right now.
I am just very, very glad I did not, because he would have really felt bad about shooting the waitress lady or whatever. He probably would have been really upset with himself if he had done that, even though she's probably some evil thing. He just he would have felt bad at the end.
Actually, there's a chance she was just possessed.
This is World of Darkness. She's just misunderstood.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, his bullet probably wouldn't have killed her anyways, but unless she isn't a supernatural creature, then Now, if I had shot the guy with the axe, he probably would have died.
Yeah. Jeff, the other thing is willpower. Willpower is never a bad point spent because freebie point spent, because the thing of it is after you get out freebie points, when it goes to an experience, that it's just like Shadowrun. So if you want to go for 10 willpower now mind you, it's just like everything else. Is 10 willpower means you are basically indomitable. Nothing can change your mind. Not even God.
I could be recalling it could be a different game, but I'm pretty sure if you botch on a willpower roll, you lose a point. And occasionally, certain traumatic things can happen that cause you to permanently lose points.
Fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is World of Darkness. You look at a shadow wrong, you suddenly have gotten a derangement.
I think I'll go 5 with that. That's fine.
I went up to 6 because I'm just like, damn. That took a lot of will to actually beat somebody to death.
I haven't spent my 3 points of experience yet, but you said it costs like Shadowrun, like a 6 will cost 6 more points.
Yeah, I put the experience chart in the handouts. It's visible to everybody. I'm going to add the combat maneuvers and stuff like that too. Oh, I should put that.
Yeah,
in
the willpower is basically the current rating. So if you're going from, like for me, if I'm going from 6 to 7, it'll cost 6 XP points.
Oh, and
Okay.
Joe, I was thinking of picking up the bystander's background, which is that thing where you have contacts who have seen the supernatural, but are not awoken. So can we go ahead and like retcon some other people there in that situation? Some people I may have talked to after the fact, and I can come up with some people for that.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
because you didn't notice anybody at the time doesn't mean there wasn't anybody. So yeah, you can fill in the blanks there.
Cody's girlfriend's a bystander.
Technically,
maybe not Sarah's bystander.
She was not a bystander. She ran out and hugged that dude.
So for your virtue, do you have automatically those edges? Like if I have like a virtue of 3 in zeal, so I automatically have up to that in the edges, or
no? So you have to spend your virtue points to gain the edges. Virtually spend them. Okay. So your first point in zeal would be virtually spent getting cleave. Okay. The next 2 points in zeal, so for 3 total, the next 2 points in zeal would be spent on the second level edge.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I'll have the second level one. Okay.
Yeah, or if you divvy them out, you can spend others on other edges too. You don't have to stick with vengeance. It's just as an Avenger, your vengeance will always have to be higher than anything else.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah. Okay. No, going 2 levels in vengeance is good. Yeah.
Right, let's see here.
Gonna take revenge on the old woman at the diner. Got it. Granted, she did fire a cannon at some children, so I'm not too upset about this, but
she did. I mean, Steve the mailman was just gonna ask somebody a question there,
but he didn't. That's the important part. He didn't.
Yes, he changed his mind. You convinced him that his path was wrong.
He should just deliver the mail rather than murder people with an axe. That's all.
I was waiting for you to try to go up to the dead guy and hug that guy.
No, there's I mean he tried to hug me and I said no.
No.
And then I reminded him that cosplay is not consent.
Just because you're cosplaying as a woman in a horror movie doesn't mean that you should immediately get murdered by the monster.
No. Just because you're cosplaying as a monster doesn't mean you get to kill people.
Ah, there you go. All right.
And if anybody knows of any other charts that they want in the handout section down here, let me know and I will add them.
One of the charts you might want to add is just the weapon chart.
Already doing that one.
Okay. I wish we could use that.
Ranged, melee, the combat maneuvers, and the experience chart.
I just wish we could use the other splat books. There's some cool edges in those.
Eventually, maybe.
Well, actually, one of the funny things is a great edge that would have been great for Carl for Jeff's character is the one out of the Avenger book where it's cleave, except it's a ranged attack cleave. I think it's called impact. So basically, instead of you running up and smacking him with a bat, you can hurl baseball at him or something.
Yeah, but a psychopath takes more pleasure in up close and personal.
We pride ourselves in attention to detail and personalized service.
Well, see, I was thinking about taking impact, and instead of me running up and hitting that thing, I would have just chucked the 2x4 at him. And the funny thing is I wouldn't realize that was zeal that happened. I'd just be like, oh, yeah, I forgot I'm like super strong, so if I bury a 2x4 in the guy's skull,
I can just throw like crazy.
I think I'm going to add a character sheet so I can easily look at it for skill lists and attributes too.
Oh yes, trust me, I understand that world very well. Running mage, good God. What attribute do I want to attach to this skill? What are you doing to him again? Oh yeah, shit. Is that charisma or manipulation?
Who knows?
I know Bamps is running a vampire game, and his is like, all right, you want to do something? What do you think is appropriate?
I succeed. That's appropriate.
You tell me which skills and attributes you should roll for this.
I can't help but feel like literally all of these are charisma empathy, you know? Everything I do is charisma empathy. Always has been.
Well, see, that's one of the reasons. One, I like what they did with Vampire 5th. I also like what they did with the second edition. A lot of the stuff, because you want to use this power? It's this attribute and this skill. But that doesn't make sense. It's this attribute and this skill. Get over it.
Yeah. All right, let's see. We had Steve the mailman.
I think one of them was quite literally at one point in time like strength and expression, and people were like, "How are you expressing yourself through strength?" Well, when I break them in half, okay, you got me there.
Yeah, that always ran the problem with Shadowrun. I want to intimidate him. Okay, well, I'm big and strong. No, you can't use that. But
There you go.
I'm big and strong.
That's what my character looks like.
Ah, nice. Okay.
All right, we found our first vampire of the.
Okay.
Minus
Hi,
the
John
cigarette.
Constantine. How you doing?
He does not smoke. That's the difference. That's the only difference.
That's the only thing that makes him not a film noir protagonist.
Yes, he does not.
Is there a cigarette in that image?
There is.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
You can see the orange glow of it.
Oh yeah, I can barely see it there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
as I
otherwise,
said, that's why I was calling him John Constantine, because that is literally how he's dressed.
Mm-hmm. I am very stereotypical PI look. Yes.
No, you're not, because I've seen Magnum PI. He wears Hawaiian shirts.
Well, he doesn't. He's in Hawaii. Okay, that doesn't count. We are not in Hawaii. Okay, we're freaking mountains.
Hey. Just because you don't have the ocean nearby doesn't mean you can't appreciate the ocean wherever you are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see. Stream is over, I think. 2 weeks is the 28th. At the moment, I don't know if there's any conflicts with that or not. The 4th. The 4th is not Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is our game afterwards, which I won't be able to make. The 11th, I believe.
I wouldn't be able to make that one either. So
Next game, 28th?
Should be, yes. I know World of Concrete is one of the next conventions coming to town, but I don't know what days that's going to be yet. And let's see, May. Okay, that shouldn't conflict either. EDC is in May the 19th. I won't be able to, but that's far enough ahead that it doesn't matter.
Let me double check something. May 5th, I might have an issue.
Yeah, that's far in advance, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Nope. I'm fine for May 5th. It's May 9th. Okay.
The next weekend I'm seeing the Rolling Stones, but that's not a game night, so.
Very nice.
Should be okay. But yeah, the next one that I know for sure I can't do is Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure here. This is kind of still up in the air, but February 25th may not be a good one for me.
Okay.
But I won't know that until we're a hell of a lot further into February.
Okay.
You're saying February 11th is not good, right?
Yeah.
Super Bowl day. That's why.
Yes, and I should find out by Super Bowl day. I think I'm okay, but I'm not 100% sure. And then.
But as far as the next game, it should be the 25th. No, sorry, the 28th.
Yeah, 28th. Yeah.
So you should join. We should be back the 28th for the next session. And good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.